got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he's just attacking penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he's just attacking penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he's just attacking penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he's just attacking penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Legends Unleashed. With a snowfall of Season 2, there's nothing like a match to set the mood. Welcome back with Season 3. Since this is the day 1 of Season 3, the audience must be really hyped up. And with that, let's introduce our teams of match number 1. On the blue side, we have Team Dal Bhat Masu, which I actually really like. Taking on Bird Force on the red side, I'm your caster Silverhawk, and my co-caster, please welcome
Chivalry is
Sasuke.
dead,
Your
and
team
I will
is
revive
banned.
it.
Hello guys, and how's it going? Because I'm doing well because today is a beautiful evening, and again talking about the teams, it is DBM on the blue side taking on Bird Force on the red side. I was like quite excited. If it was DBZ, it would be actually the Dragon Ball Z, and definitely the acronyms were actually similar to the Dragon Ball Z though. I mean, just replace the M with Z and you carry DBZ. But again, moving on to the route, we can see already the Clint is banned out. And again, I actually don't think so. Like, that could be a viable option for the ban because you got the phobias, you got the Xbox,
destroy,
I mean, a lot of viable options out there, man.
Well, they could actually stick with the respect bans. I do think so. They have still stalked their enemy's account. Could that be the actually true reason behind banning that Clint? But still, we can see some casual bans. It's going to be a Zask from the red side. The Bird Force just playing it very casually at this point, probably just sticking with the meta. But right now, Sasuke, do you think either of these teams know how to just play Suyo, the new hero?
We never know. We never know actually, because that is quite not quite a new hero, because it's been a long time since the hero is released though. So I'm hoping like either of the teams or either of the players have get their hands
Who
and
said
might
there are
do.
no shortcuts in
Your
life?
team
I
is
literally
banned.
invented
Now
one.
in this game, or maybe not, but it's totally up to them. And talking about the bird force land, seems like they are unhappy with that alien man. We only take birds. We are birdie fans. No need for aliens. Just ban it out.
Yep, that is right. And with that, it's going to be a Zukshin ban as well, along with the chip. They don't want those portals to disrupt them again and again in the team fight. And we could also see a Ling or Hayabusa ban. That's what I'm actually expecting right now. Along with the Suyo, if they don't want to actually pick it, they could actually ban it. And from the marksman, they could actually nothing been open but the Moscow. It's been used a lot and a lot. And Sasuke with the Moscow, I think I just said something because
Your
it's a
team
favorite
is
hero of
banned.
someone we know, right?
Oh, definitely. We are missing out.
the
Get
blood of
it?
my
Yeah,
enemies
I
flow
guess he
from
was
my
here
Team
to
spear.
is
join us,
picking.
and I mean, probably he would be like, just moaning and crying in some corner because he lost miserably yesterday. And we got a fresh new match which we need to cast, and I'm totally excited with the bans. Look at that. See, we already being banned out, and that is the mid-star ban from their bird foes.
Yep, they definitely don't want that King's Calling to just disrupt them with the blink or the dashes coming in from those assassins. But since the Suyo is banned, there's a lot of heroes open right now, like the Ling, Haya. If they want to just go with the assassin or the jungler right now is the time for them. Or if they don't want to, they could just go with the mage. Or
Your
yep,
team is
there goes the
picking.
Ruby. I've never seen the Ruby ban coming in this meta right now, because in the last meta it was very OP because of the lifesteal. But in this meta, the patch notes definitely spoke for themselves, and it's going to be chicken on the 4 wheels as you just mentioned, Sasuke.
Mhm. Well, technically, Team Bird Force, they could probably go with that Xbox ban, because it could quite come in handy if Xbox on the gold lane will be doing a ton amount of damage. The lasting insanity will be coming in handy. But
Your
look at
team
that.
is picking.
Mikey definitely locking down the Vexana. No way they are going to get that Vexana giving to the other team, though.
I am the priestess
Yep,
of primal
that Vexana's
lightning, the
deadly grass
hunter
was
of all the
definitely
evil
for that Ling
gods.
and Haya. But if they don't want to go with the assassins, they could actually stick with the Alpha, because the front line would be totally dead with the Spear of Alpha and the true damage coming in from his basic attacks. But you know what? It's Phobius, and he just regenerates really fast with the lifesteal he gets from the Infernal Pursuit. But it's going to be an edit from Solo Cute Kitten. Will he actually just get those perfect Earth Shatters and the onward combinations for the Primal Wrath? Will be
Your
getting
team
stacked
is
up completely
picking.
and will be dealing a ton amount of damage. But that they have also picked one more tank for themselves. I thought it's going to be Edith or either Ruby on the Roamer, but it's going to be Carmilla. And that Ruby is definitely going to go on the gold lane, and that Edith is going on to the EXP.
Hmm. Well, technically pulling out Carmilla this early, I don't think so. Like, that is quite viable, because the first three picks from DVM, they are quite tanky. So all the Bird Force can do is like pick out a carry or maybe a Lunox on the gold lane, because they need that someone to deal or just chunk out those heavy frontliners from DVM at this point.
Yeah, they don't want that right now, but still, as you just mentioned about that Lunox or the Carmilla pick, I would like to say something. They definitely knew
Your
that
team
Phobius,
is
killing Phobius is
banned.
not something in their hands, but if it's connected in the Curse of Blood, it would be really easy to melt him down. But all they need right now is a good marksman to just melt them. About the Lunox, as you just said, Sasuke.
Hmm. I mean, there are a lot of viable options we can go with to melt down the
Your
frontliners.
team
But
is
moving on to the second
banned.
phase of the draft, we can see already the assassins are gonna get banned out, because none of them are already picked on, and the first three picks, neither of the picks from DVM are for the jungle section. So Bird Force, they could probably go with that assassin's ban, and I do think for the last ban it would be probably the Ling or maybe a Julian ban though.
Well, Julian is actually nerfed, but you know what? Whenever there's a Julian, I know why that guy has picked Julian, because even I play Julian most of the times. And since that guy is nerfed, that base damage is also reduced. So banning out a Julian, I would actually not prefer that, but Ling could definitely be banned. And with that, we can see a Grok ban as well. Since the team Red needs the tank for themselves, banning out a tank was a good decision for them.
I mean, the first three picks for both of the teams could pick up for them. The next possible bans for would come in handy for the next picks though. Like if we talk about Burfos, they hadn't picked or secured the Roma along with the the gold laner. Sorry.
Well, that could be right. And let's see what's the last ban is going to be from the Crow. But you know what? If you see on the team blue, they definitely need a mage and a hyper. So they would probably just ban out. And yeah, there goes the Aurora. I was just going to tell about the Aurora because they needed a lot of CC right now since they have it's like 4 to 5 CC, like the Earth Shatter, Onward, the Am Offended, the Curse of Blood, and there's one more second skill of that Carmela which actually gives a good stun. So also they need right now is Burst and the AoE, because if anyone gets caught in the Curse of Blood, it's going to be over for them, and they don't want those tanks to disrupt the Curse of Blood along with that Sacred Hammer of that Tigreal. And banning out a Tigreal and the Grok, was it actually worth it, Sasuke?
Because that could be a viable option, but again, if they could have banned out the damage dealers, a mage like a Valentina or maybe a Lilia, that would quite come in handy because all DBM needs for the mid laner is some damage dealing outsource in terms of magic. I won't be surprised like if they pull out a Lilia as of now though, but look at that. Ling was right away open and through that. We'll be locking down that Ling right away. Along with that, there is Xavier in the mid lane.
Oh my god, that Dawning Light, I'm actually surprised now. Like, if anyone gets lower, I mean, his HP gets low and low, I do think so that Dawning Light is definitely going to target him. But there's still Link to secure the kills. Let's see how this is going to go with. But you know what? They have like 2 to 3 front lines for the team blue, the team DBM. And if you look onto the team red, the Burst Force, I mean, there's only like 1 or 2 frontliners. So will they actually just outplay the frontliners or just melt them down? What do you think about that?
The front or bird force, I mean that all they have got is the Phobius, and I don't think so. Like the Bane could probably or technically sustain the damage from which will be coming on from the DBM. So based on the draft, I do think like the upper hand goes to DBM just because how insane the CC the draft would provide with the Ruby along with that ED, and not to forget the Carmilla, and there is definitely a Xavier, a Gujo Sensi skin already equipped, so we might be seeing a hollow purple lurking around in the land of Dawn.
Yup, that's my favorite skin, Sasuke. I've been wanting that skin from like 2 years, man. But still, you know what? It is what it is, man. I'm broke, man, Sasuke. But with that, it's going to be a Nathan on the gold lane. So it's going to be Ruby laning that Nathan. So let's see how that is actually really going to go with. But if you just see in the late game, that Nathan and that Bane is going to have an upper hand, because from the red team, only the Ling is going to just get that Nathan out, but if he gets the Wind of Nature, it's going to be hard to just bait that Wind of Nature out, because there's also Matilda to just back that Nathan.
I mean, there is a lot of escape skills and you know the mobility for bird force, so that could probably come in handy. But again, there is a link, so I am not quite sure like Matilda will be all the one which could make the plays. But again, ladies and gentlemen, we are back again in the land of Dawn. This time DBM will be on blue side taking on bird force. This is Legends Unleashed, a knockout series for this tournament.
Yup, that's definitely right. And with that, we could just see a standard rotations from both of those teams. The junglers probably just focusing on the gold side. That Ruby and the Nathan are probably just playing the hide and seek at this point. When the minions is just gonna come out, they'll probably just one tap the minion and get the gold. But that Ruby's trying to get the passive now. I mean, they're trying to make it a lot passive. But onto the EXP side, it's just like one hit minion and get your farm. That's what is actually happening. But oh, wait a minute, that Ruby just trying to make it a way aggressive. That Nathan will probably just have the first blood. The egg has been popped up. It's going to be Xavier and the Cardinal are going for a quick rotation. Will not do enough damage to take the kill, but they at least baited out the Eggies.
Those were some initial micro plays coming in from DBM, making sure they nullify down that Nathan, because once he gets his item, that is the Holy Crystal, I believe. Yeah, that is the main core item for the Nathan, and once he gets it, he will be on par, man. The prime damage from that hero will be online, and no one could technically defend. But look at that, skirmish in the bottom
Oh
lane.
my
But
god,
that is the team fight, silver round.
oh my god, the Tempest of Blade used up to run away. That Bane is probably going to die in that situation, but he still escapes with the Carmilla and that Matilda just escaping from that bag. Those three will probably having this tough situation for themselves, but meanwhile, onto the bot side, that 4vs is just feeling that edit in the 1v1 situation. The turtle is just going to spawn in the 10 seconds. That Link doesn't have the ultimate with him at this point. Will he actually just get it? And that 4vs is just trying to give him a lot early aggression, so that the creeps he'll get will not just make him farm up in the early game, which what the Ling actually wants, but it's going to be the turtle. Will that Ling actually go for the turtle because he doesn't have the Tempest of Blades with him? But that Gojo still wants to zone them off. That turtle looking in some low HP. All that Ling needs is a good retribution place coming in, but the Infernal Pursuit from that 4vs is just giving them a lot of trouble. Will they actually get the turtle? Yep, the Bane definitely got the turtle. They're trying to go for the invasion, and Smoke will probably just bait out the Tempest of Blades again. He's just forced to back off inside the turret. It's going to be encircling Eagle used up along the edge, going with the backup. But the first split, definitely the first split definitely goes into the hands of that Matilda. That Ling was definitely in a tight spot.
He can definitely not chickening out there, and that was quite an early aggression coming in from Bird Force. They know like they have the early aggression with that Bane in the jungle. Definitely the early game damage is on par if we are just comparing it with the Ling. But again, I mean, this Nathan, all he needs to do is farm because his team is doing good as of now. They got the total, they got the early kills again, but look at that, Ruby might be in some trouble. 1v2 situation in the top lane, but the backup is on point.
Oh! That look at the curse of blood and the armor from Data along with that Dawning Lightning just got them 2 kills at a point. What a quick rotation, and the skills abilities are used everything on point. That Bane and that Vexana were looking for an engage, but before they actually do it, they would die. The teammates were dead. But that was a good play from the side of Team TBM. Those curse of blood connections, but meanwhile onto the bot side, it's going to be 1v1 again. That edit is probably going with some trouble to that 4vs, but that 4v is just giving the payback along with the Infernal Pursuit. Will that Bane probably go for the second turtle, or he wants to go for the bot rotation? The Vexana and the Bane just going together, rotation coming into the bot side. That Ling, Carmilla and the Gojo probably is backing off from that situation there.
No, the team fight in the top lane was definitely on point, and that is the advantage you have when you have Carmilla in your team. Definitely that ultimate can turn down the tides, and technically I do think like Bird Force was in the control in the goal lead, but teams like both of the teams are just doing it perfectly, and the second turtle is already a Bane definitely taking down the first, and that is the 4-man backup. Carmilla just providing some visions, but I don't think so that would be suffice enough. But look at that, Lord Turtle Bane secured away from the Bane, and that is the team fight going on.
Oh my god, look at that Ling. He's still struggling to get all of his creep since he actually just used his retribution. He definitely doesn't have it at this point. That Carmilla looking in some low HP, but that Bane still wants to take the kill. The recom has been not even interrupted, but look at that Carmilla. She wasn't even fear of that Bane. She knows that she's going to just complete that recall. It would have been funny if that Bane just uses the crab cannon and gets the kill. But meanwhile, onto the bot side, it's going to be Nathan just 1v2 handling it perfectly for now. Entropy will probably just not used up at still, but Matilda is there to just back him off with a good support. That Link probably wants to go with the Vexana kill with the deadly catch used up from that Bane. Will he actually get the kill? And Mikey goes down with a defined squad. He's using them like a real assassin, encircling Eagle used up on that Carmilla along with the edit. She actually wants to get the kill with that, but Nathan still coming late to the party, will not secure the kill onto that Carmilla, but mid side probably will fall off because there's like 3 people fighting other 3 people.
But there is no minions because damage coming in from Xavier's on point, and he is targeting the minions perfectly. So the defense from both of the teams are quite up to the point. But you know, even in the terms of goal lead, like they are neck to neck in spite of Team Bird Force securing 2 turtles in the early game though.
Man, that was good rotation from that Bane. And that Ling knew his instincts. Like, he was actually just trying to bait out the flicker, but he still got the kill. Like, the Eternal Guard definitely missed her position, but still, man, that was good sword combination from that Ling. They actually want to invade the blue up again, but definitely late at this point again. Will actually go for the third turtle or want to just delay their farm and go for the Lord instead. That could actually be a good point for themselves. That Carmel actually wants to connect them with the 3 colors of with that. Vixana doesn't have
it to be fit. You can also drag the corners to make it
the Deadly Gas
larger,
probably just dealing a lot of
smaller.
damage to them.
I recommend
That
making
Link
them
will probably go
smaller
down with the
because
pinch
you make
points
it
used
larger
up to
like that,
back
you're
off
gonna
that
introduce
Gojo
distortion.
Christian
So if you
alone on
want
the
to make
mid
it
side.
larger, go
He'll
back
probably
to Ohm
go
Pro
with
and
that
change
kill.
it there.
But
Just remember
that
to hit the
pinch
save
points from
button
that
this
Link was
time.
on
So you can
point.
put it literally
Like,
wherever
he
you want.
knows
Maybe I'll
how
put it
to
right
escape,
there.
when
I
to
think
escape
that's
after
good.
using
If you
Tempest of
want to
Blades. They still got
restart
the
your
kill.
stream
They'll
timer,
probably not
the
get this
easiest
turtle
way to do
because
that
there's not
is
Bane in the
simply
team fight yet. But that Link will probably go for the turtle if he wants to because his retribution will come right on the time.
Even though he will be having retribution, I'm afraid like the blue buff, which is quite a mandatory thing for the Ling, won't be there on time. But look at that. Even in the previous team fight, it was quite a 2-2. So both of the teams are doing or performing very well. A neck-to-neck fight already, and you know it will be in the mid to late game. It would be the difference is where the team will be making down. But look at that. There's Tempest of Blade making sure that the Bane will be going down, but the damage along with that Matinga is on point. TBM definitely retreating, but that is the Holo Purple being shoot out from the Xavier, and they will be securing a kill over to that Vixana as he'll be going down. But this time, Phobius looking strong, zoning and sustaining all the damage coming in from TBM. This point, the fight is still on with Phobius in the front line.
Look at that Phobius. He's just bouncing again, just disrupting that Carmela to just get that good vision for that Ling, but will actually get the turtle because there's no retribution for that Fate to just come and use it, and Ling just got that turtle for himself. It's going to be probably a good comeback as of now for that Ling. He just got back in the farm since they were actually invading his farm right next in the early game, but still look onto the bot side. That Pain probably just fighting that Ruby. They actually want to get that bot turret. There's only Ruby just standing alone onto the bot side, totally been isolated at this point. Will actually get the bot turret. That Bane, Vexana, and the Phobius trying their best to get that turret. That Carmel going for a good rotation. Deadly Catch, he's been used up. He'll probably just using the Curse of Blood on to 2 people. They could actually just go for ammo with his face. That Ruby definitely got the kill on that Vexana. That Crow is still looking in some trouble. That Xavier got the kill over to that Crow, but will that Bane try to escape with that? That Ruby will not let her escape. It's going to be a double kill for that Xavier. What a good rotation coming in from the team DVM.
Oh, definitely. That final team fight between these two teams was absolutely nuts. And definitely, the Curse of Blood is quite coming in handy for DVM as of now. But I mean, I definitely want to look at the itemization coming in from those teams. But because the damage is already on point, maybe this time Earth Shadow, I mean, that. Oh, the second skill. Oh, wait! Was absolutely nuts. Yep, offended, connecting 3 members of Earth Force, and that Hollow Purple securing the kill.
Man, look at their synergy. How good they're actually synergizing every single thing. The Deadly Cat has been totally been baited out. They were actually going for a mid-tier push, but that Bane said, no, not this time. You're not going to get that turret. But still, the passive has been out. They could actually take that turret in the next wave, but that Ruby will probably give a good setup again. That Matilda and that Bane will try to just make it that Phobius escape from the situation. Vengeance been popped up, trying to just give them a lot of damage, baiting out their abilities. But Lord just coming in the next 5 seconds will actually contest this Lord really well because it's almost like the 8th gold from the team TVM. It's quite hard to get the Lord at this point.
Then I don't even knew like when DVM got that huge gold lead. I mean, it's technically a gold lead they have in the hand. Also with this level 1 Lord, they are looking strong as of now. The Lord will be marching down, soft connect, good probability down to the because but again, I don't know what thing. That's one of the mouse, but look at that. Yanking and the setups from this card are absolutely not definitely we can't go far. I might still fall down because the Curse of Blood is and is quite scary at this point.
Man, but they don't have the curse of blood for this Lord fight coming up because they were actually baiting out their skills one by one. But that Ruby still has the flicker ammo of 100. Will probably just using the Eternal Guard along with the flicker to escape from the situation. That Tempest of Blade user trying to get a kill with Earth Shatter flicker combination from that credit will secure the kill over that pain. It's going to be 4v5 situation as of now. That Nathan will try to just clear that Lord, but then troops will probably use up along with Primus. Look at that ammo point from that Ruby. She's the main setter for her team. It's going to be a double kill. They'll probably just wipe out their whole team and Toby being used up inside the base. Will probably just make their escape. But Nathan is not enough to just counter those 5 people inside his own base. They tried to go for the recalls, but this match has been definitely won by Team DBM. What a good synergy, man. What a good synergy.
Oh, definitely. Team DBM, definitely from DBM, they had gone from to DBC because their Super Saiyan mode was on point, and look at that link. I mean, technically speaking, Carmilla was on point with her curse of blood, making sure it connects at least minimum 3 to 4 members of the Blood Force, and that was absolutely nuts because her ultimate was the one and only thing which made sure that the team's damage was on point for the whole team.
Along with that, still you're missing something, Sasuke. That ammo funded plays from that Ruby is the playmaker of this match because they were actually just going back in the gold lead since the team Bird Force were leading some 2k or 3k gold inside the mid game, but then the Ruby goes to the ammo funded plays, catching 3 people, and those people are down with the dawning light, man. Like, the synergy is on point, as I just mentioned, man. But from the side of Team Bird Force, that Bane and that Nathan tried the really well. That Nathan was way too fixated towards his own farm because he needs that itemizations from himself to deal that damage, since he said at the start of the game that he actually needs that Holy Crystal.
Mm-hmm. The draft was quite good for both of the teams, but what lacked was the execution from Bird Force because, like, technically speaking, like, there is no one for to set up for the Bane to use his ultimate, because once he uses it, everyone just runs it off, and there's no one like for Bane. I do think like a Terizla quite come in handy because the penalty zone along with that ultimate coming in from Bane could probably come in handy to at least give the damage, because we know like how early damage Bane has, and looking at the stats, he definitely dealt too much damage from his team. The 30% damage is no joke though.
Yeah, man, that's absolutely right. That's going to be kudos to the Team Bird Force, but that will be it for this match number 1. We'll be seeing you in the match number 2 after a very short break. Please stay tuned.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out. Kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retained the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
Fellas, welcome back to match number 2. Probably going to be another exciting match from the side of Team Eliminators taking on the WLB onto the red side. It's going to be one more exciting match, but I was about to say that the first match ended really quickly. But it is what it is again. But with that, I'm your caster, Silverhawk, and my co-caster is going to be Sasuke again.
Oh, well, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Grab your popcorns because this time it's going to be Team Eliminators on the blue side taking on Below Balls on the red side, man.
The only one bound by these
Wait, what? What is your set, Sasuke?
I mean, that is the team name. I'm quite amazed because that is something unique team name though.
Well, I actually heard you saying we love balls, but what if you actually just replace that V into I? But that would be really a good sentence for you, Sasuke, wouldn't it be?
I literally invented one.
Could be, but move on to the draft phase because we can see some interesting heroes getting banned right away. Look at that. Suyo along with the
Still
chip being
waters
banned
run
out
deep.
from Eliminators.
Your
I
team is
hope
banned.
like they are ready to prepare because Team Eliminators, I really like the players though. I mean, especially the Crisis with his Nathan. He's just overpower, man.
They could probably stick with the comfort bans or like the respect bans or the meta bans, but all I'm seeing right now is the meta bans just going casually happening over to the side of Team We Love Balls. But still, let's see how well this I actually going to go with. That Sarar Moon was definitely planning to play that Ling, but then the team WLB knows that it's going to be a tough time against his Ling, so let's just ban out the Ling. It's a good call for themselves as of now.
WLB definitely knows like what kind of teams they are
Hope
facing
will find a
today.
way.
So
Your
there
team
is
is
no room
forlorn.
for mistakes today because that could quite come. That could really won't be good. It could really backfire them, man. I was lost of words, man. What to fill it out for them?
Yep, that could be right.
Butterflies
And
born by
along with
the
that,
wish.
probably just banning out the heroes they don't like. It's going to be a Chip, Suyo, and the Vexana. Suyo, I don't have actually a reason behind it because that guy right now is just banned out in every single game. But with that, it's going to be a first pick from the bid body we'll actually go with. There's a Haya, there's a Zask, there's a Edit, there's a lot of heroes. Right now, they could actually go with a good comfort for themselves, which could actually rely to this victory for themselves. But let's see how well this is going to go with. That bid will probably just stick with this comfort. But no, wait a minute. It's going to be high loss, that legend. It's going to be a good EXP laner, or perhaps it's going to be a roamer. What do you think about that, Sasuke?
Quite a flex pick coming handy for Team Eliminators right away. A high loss. Well, I don't know as of now, but depending on the situation, they could probably flex it out in the room or maybe in the EXP. That is totally up to the team. But again, there's Ruby along with that Edith. If WL doesn't pick it right away, Team Eliminators, they would be having a good opportunity to secure it. And having a Ruby along with that Edith, Hylos could probably go into the room section, but wait a minute, WL definitely has some other plans, but locking down a Ruby along with that Julian could definitely come in handy, but because those two heroes, the Wombo combo definitely or maybe would cause a lot of damage.
Yeah, that is right. Because if the I'm often plays from that Ruby goes really well for herself, that Julian will probably just back up with the enhanced scythe, melting 2 to 3 people down. That Serarmul is trying to show the Natalia as of now. Will he actually go the Natalia? But no, it's going to be a Hayabusa taking on that Julian. So let's see who is a better assassin as of now. But the Julian is actually a fighter and mage, doesn't it, Sasuke?
Your team is picking.
Well, I have a rhetorical theory, or whatever you pronounce it, but yeah, I have a practical theory. Like, if Hayabusa uses his Ogi Shadow Kill, like the combination coming in from Julian might be able to escape the Ogi Shadow Kill damage coming in from Hayabusa, and that would be the outplay for Lewin to make sure he outplays that Hayabusa and secures the kills at least over to the enemy team, though.
Yeah, that could be a plus point for picking that Julian. I do think so. They were actually going with the strategy like a chess, where you know that what your opponent is going to pick, and the team like Wheel of Balls knew that actually that Saramur is going to go with the Hayabusa since the Ling is banned out. So I mean, picking a Julian as an early pick, like it looks
I
like
am the
a mind game
priestess of
happening.
primal lightning, the hunter of all the evil
Hmm?
gods.
And again, I like that Minsta pick because, I mean, technically Minstar is a good pick, but again, securing two heroes just for that Hayabusa, I mean, that's not a viable option. Because even if Minstar uses his King's Calling, bid is already there to use his Frigid Glacier. I mean, to just freeze down Minstar inside his own King's Calling, man.
Oh man, yeah, that could actually be a great counter against that Mencita. But what matters is just clearing that Aurora from the team fight so that she won't be causing some trouble inside the team fight. But there's also high loss as a front liner, so it's going to be a tough time catching that Aurora because the front lines, they would not let you reach the back line. And let's see, like will the Minseta go with a good spear and just catch one or two people along with the King's Calling, or that Ruby will probably give a good set. I'm actually just thinking about a good mind play at this point because when that King's Calling has been used up, that Ruby will probably go with the Arm of Ended plays Flicker and uses the second skill. Then the Julian comes in and just swaps the whole team. That could
Uh-huh.
actually
Well, those are some nice speculations coming in from you, Silverrock, but again, I don't think so. Ruby should be the primary asset to engage the team fight for Team WL, though.
To live
I mean,
is to
as
trick
of
the
now, they could probably
reaper.
secure a Carmilla because they have the first pick in the second phase of the draft, and having a Carmilla could really spice things up right now for them, though.
I am the priestess of primal
Yeah, that
lightning,
could actually
the
be true.
hunter of
But
all
what
the
if they actually
evil
ban out
gods.
the Carmel? I mean, they won't even have a chance to just melt the whole team down without the Carmela's curse of blood. Or they want to just stick with the comfort for themselves because it's
Among the planes
Eliminators. And
exists the
there's a rumor going on
kingdom
they were actually
which
defeated the
I was
AVM.
made
Was it
for.
actually true though?
Oh, you should have not missed that because Team Eliminators, they are definitely the champions of Legends Unleashed Season 2, and with that having a title,
Pain.
Team
I
WL, they
hide.
definitely are facing some serious opponents this time though.
Yeah, that's what I was actually thinking of. And it's going to be Valentina picked so that Valentina has like 2 to 3 ults. Like if it's going to be a show again, it's going to be Way of Dragon. She has way too many ults onto her arsenal. I mean, like, look at that. Was he actually going with the show, that art with the Way of Dragon, one more EXP laner or a roamer side? But I would actually prefer that show on the roam because if you go on to the EXP lane, that Menceta or that Ruby, I mean, taking on that Hylos would be a much better position. But if that Joe is on roam, when he gets to level 4, he's just going to invade or just lie inside the own Julian's jungle. So whenever he takes or baits out the retribution, that Serrar Moon will probably have a good chance to just go for every possible objective.
I got you, bro. What you're trying to say, but yeah, the speculations coming in from you are on point. I mean, Joe on Rome could probably the best against facing a draft which have a Ruby along with the Minstar, and definitely in terms of laning
I
it,
am the
Hylos
power
would be
of
have an
light
upper hand
incarnate.
while facing Ruby along with that hero god, yeah, Minstar. But wait a minute, the final pick coming in from WL, it's going to be a Kaja. So I mean, a divine judgment against a shadow assassin. Like, I'm quite excited to see, like, will he use his divine judgment to like over to that art, or he will like save it to cash down Serrar Moon.
Yeah, that I mean, those picks are actually just meant for that Serarmo to catch out because he's not an easy person to catch on Hayabusa. But you know what? They also have a Cho Aurora and that Hylos. So whenever it's going to be someone just getting them caught, that Cho will probably just throw him inside his own team, and it's going to be a good deflect against that Kaja. Whenever that Kaja is going to ult that high or either one of them, that Cho and Hylos will definitely go and just help out their own teammates.
Wait, talking about the draft, I do like both the teams are having a solid draft, but depending on the execution, how they execute their draft, their zones, and how they engage it all, well, it comes to that part. But ladies and gentlemen, we are right away moving on to the land of Dawn. This time we have the Eliminators, the victors of Legends Unleashed Season 2 on the blue side, taking on Team WL on the blue side. The stand rotation from the Hypers are on point, and look at that, are definitely making a nuisance in the mid lane already.
And that's what I was actually expecting, because that Cho is still, I mean, he's going on to that roam. So on to the EXP side, that Minnesota is definitely going to have a hard time laning against that Hylos, because the Rain of Punishment will probably come in handy way too much, because that Minnesota doesn't have any dash skills after that King's Calling. But look on to that Kaja, he still wants to, I mean, just disrupt or give a lot of trouble to that Alice. That Alice will just have absolutely no backup, because the build, the Serrar Moon and the Legend will probably just stick with the bottom side. That Minnesota is a lot squishier than Ruby. That's what they actually go with, and will probably get a good kill against that Kenpachi. It's going to be that Fluent just stealing every creep of that Hayabusa.
I mean, I kind of respect the rotations being performed by the Eliminators, but look at that Ogi Shadow kill along with its ultimate coming in from Hayabusa over to that Belden. Damage was not enough to secure a kill, so he'll be just backing off. But look at that Cho, I mean, he has some different aspects. So meanwhile, we might see a possible engaged Ogi Shadow kill. Not only Shadows, definitely connecting down a minor 1% of the HP. I mean, that guy has some insane luck on his side, man.
Oh my god. He just escaped. I mean, he just used the flicker and every single thing what he has, but that Julian will probably have a hard time laning against that Hayabusa in 1v1, but he'll still escape with a bare minimum of HP. Will be just having the same treatment given to the Kaja. He'll be saying like the relative control at this point, but that Cho still wants to get the kill over to that Julian. He's just using the way of the dragon, that Valentina is just ulting. It's like turret. The Glorious Path they use it for the King's Calling. Will that actually get the kill over to that Cho? That Art goes down. That Chan got the first blood for herself. Serrar Moon just taking that turtle casually over herself. It's going to be that. It's going to be an enhanced sword used up and taking the kill over to that Legend. But Big Back Claws is still coming in the team fight. It's going to be Haya goes down as well. It's going to be overstay from both of these teams. Will probably just punish the back and forth.
And the overextension coming in from Eliminators did punish them. I mean, they secure the turtle. The primary objective is secure. So definitely they should be going back. But yeah, it was caught. I mean, the IMU definitely securing that kill, and the Way of Dragon definitely punishing down. But again, Heart might be in some trouble, because there is Ruby along with that Kaja right on there. At this point, they should probably help down the Crisis, but again, the Tartarus is going to have its power spike in mid to late game, because in the early game, she is like the damage the damage from Alice is just as good as the minion damage.
Oh, but still, it's going to be a good team fight from that Alice. With the ammo funded plays from that Ruby will probably give them a good set. They don't have the damage dealer for herself. The Julian will probably just back off. It's another CD with all that himself. The Frigid Blade used up. Look at the HP of that Kaja. He's still fighting for his life, but it's going to be going down. That Hayabusa is still early to the party. It's going to be two people having some good trouble. That Hayabusa wants to take the kill over to that Julian. Will he actually escape with an enhanced sword used up again? But it's going to be a wrong direction, and he definitely goes down since the Serrar Moon got the kill over to that Julian. But that Kenpachi still wants to fight, but he's still late to the party.
I mean, Kenpachi Zara is some nice swordsman. I mean, definitely he would be looking for a long 1v1 battle fight, because how the name he has is quite viable. But again, Way of Dragon connecting down the Kaja, and he'll be the one going down again. A 1-for-4 situation in the top lane already, and the third turtle is already up.
Well, that's actually a second turtle, but since if you just set up on the third turtle, they could actually go with the third turtle, because look, if you look on to the side of kills and the gold lead, since it's the mid game right now, they could actually go for third turtle or either for the Lord, because the Julian and that Valentina is having a hard time against that Serrar Moon when it comes to the gank, and that Art is giving as much setup as much as possible. The Kaja will probably just use the Divine Judgment used up, but it's not enough damage to melt down that Serrar Moon. That show with the Way of the Dragon giving a set up for that Viper to get the kill over him. Enhanced Chain used up the Glorious Pathway. He's going fighting for his back from the situation. King's Calling used up, but not enough damage to melt him down with the King. Again, it's going to be Way of Dragon from the Valentina used up. I am you, and that Serrar Moon goes down along with the enhanced chain from that Julian, giving him a good backup as well. But that Art is still back into the team fight, will probably give a good Way of the Dragon again, but he still doesn't have Way of the Dragon, and the enhanced sword comes in handy. That Ruby coming into the party, it's going to be 3-man. I'm opened it plays from that Ruby. That Julian wants to fight back again. Look at his speed. I mean, but still, waited out the flicker, but he's still backing off from the situation. Art's just punished the Lune. He'll probably go with overextension. Look at the Way of the Dragon, just use them to like, go away from me.
I mean, man, that guy is some Bruce Lee, man. I mean, he could be a Jackie Chan student, man, because the way he's performing is absolutely nuts. 6 minutes already, and we can see Eliminators taking down a 3-kill goal lead. And as the time proceeds, if they go with the same strategy, a back and forth fight, I mean, I won't be surprised if they increase the goal lead up to the 5k, as you can see. The third turtle is already about to spawn in minus 20 seconds, and we can see the Glorious Pathway being used in the top lane, along with that King's Calling being used in defensive way. Mr. will be just going towards his base, because, I mean, the early aggression from these teams are just too nuts again. Might be some Tartarus, a Divine Judgment, making sure he gets the punish, but the flicker Ruby using I'm offended, but this time he won't be even catching out, and that is the ultimate. Along with the damage coming in from Aurora, will be securing down Ken Party, the first one to fall down in the team fight.
Oh my god, the Julian will probably focus on to that turtle. They definitely got the turtle for herself, but it's going to be again the 2v3 situation on the top side. That Mencetta is definitely in several. It's not into that Kaja, but he's still fighting as much as he can. It's going to be a Way of the Dragon used up, absolutely wasted at this point, because even if she didn't use the Way of the Dragon, she definitely got the kill over to that high loss. That Serrar, he still wants to get the kill over either one of them. That Kaja wants to give a lot of vision with them. It's going to be 4 freeze used up to just get the kill, and that Serrar Moon goes to God Shadow. The shit gets the kill and just backs off. It's going to be King's Calling used up on for the Ogi Shadow kill. Will he escape? But it's going to be, he has no God Shadow, but he was just forced to use the Ogi Shadow kill and goes down at the King's Calling.
Oh, I mean, that was quite a smart place, because definitely you can't wait as a Hayabusa, but I mean, he was hoping like, if I use my Ogi Shadow kill, I mean, I would be having my second skill on point, but damage dealt was just too much, and again a Way of Dragon connecting down. This and the backup from Eliminators is on point, and they will be just securing that kill right away.
Oh my god, look at the coordination of his team. They actually want to get the goal over to that Mencetta as well. It's going to be just dragged inside the turret. Will he actually escape? He just forced to use the Revitalize at this point. But he's still standing strong for his team. What a good front line as of now. That Julian wants to get every single creep as of now, because he has a low farm. But the Cho again just showing the aggression. Like, I'm not gonna give you this creep. Just go inside your base. That's what he's actually doing right now. His play speaks for himself. But it's going to be a good gank. He's catching that high loss again and again inside the team fight. It's going to be dragged inside the turret. It's going to be King's Calling used up Shadow Kill again. Let's just get over to him. That Alice actually wants to join team fight as well, but they're still inside the turret. The Serrar Moon goes down along with both of the junglers probably down. That bid actually went for the good kill, but the Way of the Dragon used him out of that Alice. It's not enough to just drag him inside the turret, but that show along with that Crisis definitely just got good sets for themselves. That Big Black Balls also wanted to give a good setup with the armor funded plays along the second skill, but still she's trying her best to do so.
Technically, we were missing out the Crisis in the whole team fight, and when she does, she performed exceptionally, because the damage is already there, and I do really want to see like what Crisis has made, because the damage is no joke. I mean, the last time I saw Valentina was around 30% of the HP, and this Crisis, man, he just used one of the skills, and there we go. There's the dead body of Valentina lying down beside Alice, man.
And also, probably they want to go with the Lord as of now, so that it's going to be no late game comeback or a good late game setup for themselves. That Art is still way too aggressive, wants to give a good setup with Divine Judgment along with King's Calling. Will probably just get the kill over to that bit, but still that Julian with the basic attack definitely got the kill. Is going to be Glorious passing along the Frigid Glacier. Look at that double kill from that bit. She's trying her best to give as much setup as much as possible. It's like 4 people down from the side of Team WLP. It's going to be the Ruby, only one standing strong as of now. Will actually get that base since the bot turret and the minions are still ready to just force him. But that Lord is coming from the mid side. Will it actually be over? But the Ruby and the King Pachi will be coming back into the game into the next 4 seconds.
I mean, here's the thing, like, what Bid actually did is, like, they were on point, but look at that, I'm offended, connecting down, but there was no backup again, the Divine Judgment used over to the Tylos. They are making sure they get the kill, and damage is already dealt, and Tylos will be the one going down, and look at that, Lord marching down towards the enemy base from the mid lane, as the teams are already pressing down the doors of the enemy base, and there is the Frigid Glacier along with the Unstoppable already coming down for the crisis. He is absolutely not the damage dealing force, and he'll be going down because the damage he took was just too much, and it would be the Ruby securing that kill. A 2 for 2 trade, but again, this time will be the hands for Team Eliminators because they managed to secure down the one inhibitor from the mid lane though.
And as you just mentioned about the inhibitor, look at the turrets of the Team Eliminators. They haven't lost any turrets at all. And the team Wheelers was still fighting to get a 1 turret or a good gang so they could actually wipe the whole team out. That could actually give them a victory as of now. Because if you see at the goal lead, it's like the 5k goal lead from the side of Team Eliminators. That Legend and the Bid are the playmakers. Like, even if they go for a good front line, that Frigid Glacier and the Frost TBD's combination is a lot to handle. And that's where the whole things turn. That look at that Leon and the Art's position. They still wants to go with the kill. It's going to be the Jeet Kund along the Shampoo and the Wave the Dragon probably getting the kill over to them. They'll probably just force to use every single ultimate they have along the King's Calling and the Global Pass to the HP of that Gaza, but he still probably escape that. It's going to be double kill for the Kenpachi, but that Bid will probably just give them a good payback to them, like a good comeback. But from the side of Team Eliminators, again, they want to go with the kill, but look at that Ruby, and this is sustained, but will not stand against that Crisis because he's fully bad at this point.
I mean, she knew like she was about to die, but the play she made was just on point. If I'm going down, I will at least take down this Bid because he is absolutely a nuisance for us, and that was just obnoxious. But look at that Crisis with the full item build. I believe he has already been made a full item, and definitely his damage is no joke, sustaining a 1v3 situation and is still looking for more as Kaja will be the one that is the King's Calling vengeance being popped out. All 4 members definitely trying so hard to get a kill, but this time Alice, she is staying strong and taking down a kill, but in the process she'll be the one falling down. But wait a minute, how did she escape?
Oh, that was the Joe just sacrifices himself for that Alice because the late game and if the Crash is dead, the team fight will go down eventually, just going into the hands of Team Wheeler balls. But that Joe still decided at the early stage he knows how to when to sacrifice, but the whole team was just backing off. With the good instinct, he actually wants to get the kill over to that Minseta, but he went down with the King's Calling and the Divine Judgment. So if the choke comes, it's going to be Lord coming right anyway, so it's going to be no problem from the Team Eliminators. It's going to be the Hylos alone over there. Will actually get the kill over to him. He just use the Winter Crown to just buy some time. That Serarmoon is still there. He wants to get the kill over to someone, but it's like 5v1. But how will he actually get the kill? But that Hylos is down. It's going to be 4v5 again. That Serarmoon going with a good lane synergy to just give them a good Lord trouble to them onto the mid side. But that Alice actually wants to go with that. Look at that. Look at the engages that Alice, how much feared the team Wheeler Balls are actually are. That Julian with the good combination along the enhanced side will just give them good damage. But look at that Alice 4 skill. He just melted out the 20%. Going to be that build in some trouble. That will be allowed down to still have the pride of ice on to herself. It's going to be the killing spree for that crisis king. The king's calling used up again. That crisis wants to join the team fight again. It's only 2 people standing strong for herself, but that Sarah Moon is still there. He actually wants to go with the base skill, but that crisis, look how annoying the Alice in the late game is going to be. The enhanced chain from the Julian, but he'll probably just go down inside. Look at the hook of that Minsita. That Sarah Moon's HP is way too low, but they're just trying to get over that crisis, but he still escapes. They are the escaping legends.
What is this game, man? That dead bodies all over the ground, and the team fights, they are just spawning and fighting back and forth. I mean, I don't know what to say at this point, but look at that. All of the inhibitors for the Team WML have been destroyed, and the determination is already on point. So, the enhanced minion will be just banging down the doors. On their doors, though, from each lanes. I mean, speaking of the goal lead again, I don't think so that is quite viable because it's already been 15 minutes and 30 seconds to the game, and I do believe like each of the members they would be having all items maybe. Yeah, finally we can look at the itemization, and talking about the itemization quickly, Alice is already on to that I mean, I technically forgot that itemite, but again, she had that sight along with the blood wings and the holy crystal. I mean, I can already imagine the damage she's about to deal, man.
Yep, that is absolutely right. There could also be another gank happening. That Art with the look at that flicker combination from the Joe will not definitely get the kill or setup for Art, but still Sarar Moon is ready. He's still standing strong. He knows that if he gives me a good vision and a good setup, I'm going to go inside and get the kill. Probably that he's still feared of that Kaja. If he goes way to inside, the divine judgment is totally been dedicated to him. Well, that Ruby will probably just go with a good team combination for herself. That Alice onto the full build, she has no defense items at all. That Art will probably just is in 50% HP. They'll probably go with a good gank for her as of now. They just want to bait the launch so they can actually go with a good kill. They don't have, they're not even paying attention to the base. If someone goes to the back door, that could actually be a good comeback for them. So it's going to be glowing fast used up. Look at the team fight and look at the HP of the Frigid Glacier combination. Is going to be Sarah Moon taking the nod. He's looking some time. That spear definitely got the kill over 2. That Sarah Moon is probably going to be the 2 immortalities in bottom right on the point. It's going to be a good itemization swap. But look at the Art still fighting to get the kill over to the Julian with the enhanced sword used up again. What is actually going to happen? But he still goes on the flicker plays from that build. Is just going to then cause them some trouble. That crisis around the blue buff he's on full damage, but damage, look at his second skill damage is going to be double kill. It's going to be the Kempachi, only the Sharsen left inside the base, but it's not able to defend the base as of now. The Precipitation used up again and Kempachi goes down. Kaja is the alone standing strong, but it's not enough to just defend his own teammates, and neither is base, and this match is probably won by Eliminators. What a long game and good team fight.
Man, absolutely nuts. I mean, Team WL, they did the best. I mean, the draft was solid. They had the they had the ways to counter down the Hayabusa, but they lost their way to counter down that Alice in the gold lane. Crisis performing some devastating damage, man, in the mid to late game. There was no one who could melt down the Alice except for the Julian, because he's the only one and only one with the damage taking souls in their team. I mean, there is the Valentina, but talking about the mage damage, I do prefer that the enhanced side combinations from Julian would deal a slight more to the Alice, but the execution was on point. But again, securing 2 to 3 rows just for Serrar Moon, I mean, that is a no-no, because if you just focus on one heroes, the other one, that is the gold laner, will be the carry for their team though.
And if you just see at the push of that crisis, like it's like the 70% push as of now if you just look at it. And from the side of Team WLP, there is absolutely no one who pushed any turret or dealt turret damage. But as of now, that Chow on the Art, like his Way of the Dragon combinations were extremely brutal, man. Like onto the Jeet Kundo and the Shumpo and the Way of the Dragon, connecting perfectly over to 3 to 4 people that Ruby still couldn't get or that catch that show with Amorphin did, because the second phase of Way of the Dragon is way too hard to catch. But there was one moment like he sacrificed for that Alice, but he still died inside going for the overextension.
I mean, imagine Alistair hitting down the basic attacks to the tower. I mean, that's what he did, though, technically, because the 71% tower damage is no joke, and technically, there's nothing an Alice can do. I mean, all she did was just basic attack the tower damage, get some items, get some farm, and then show them who's the boss. I'm the boss, guys. I'm here. Just relax. I got this games, and I was like, yay, we finally got, and I am ready to die for you. And that's what he did. He sacrificed himself to save down that crisis.
Yup, that is absolutely right. But that will be pretty much it for this match number 2. Grab your cokes, popcorns, pizzas, and we'll be back with the match number 3.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
but he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
but he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
but he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
Hello. Welcome back, everyone, to Legends Unleashed Season 3. This is going to be the day number 2, round 2. And myself, I am Itami, and I am joined by my caster Silverhawk. And right now, we are having the match between Team Anamnesis going up against Team Adar Card Kaha Hai. So, Silver, take it from here.
Oh my god, that was a good introduction from you, Tami. And you just mentioned the Aadhaar card kahan pe. I would actually going to just reply that, like, if it was Hindi allowed right now, I would have said piche wale pocket mein hoga. But still, it's going to be the blue team, and I'm just taking on the Aadhaar card kahan hai. That's what actually you mentioned it, Tami. Let's see, we'll actually go with the comfort picks or like the respect bans towards both of these teams. Let's see what is going to happen. And if you know, like Itami, like the Suyo is probably just broken right as of now. But I'm still wondering is actually banned the Suyo. Just pick it in the first pick since the team Anamnesis has the first pick as of now.
I definitely agree with you. If he is not banned, then definitely you should be going for him. But meanwhile, looking on the ban section, they are just going with the regular bans that are going to be the Chip as well as the Aurora. So I am expecting regular bans coming up as well, just like the Phobius coming up too. This Phobius has been quite menacing onto this recent patch, so it is quite obvious that he would get banned following the Aurora as well. These are the heroes that has been doing quite well, so these are expected bans. So does the high loss. There are so many options. Like even on the jungle, there is the Hayabusa, Julian, even the Suyo you mentioned. So if they didn't decide to ban it, and if there is someone from Team Anamnesis to be picking up the Suyo, then definitely they should be going up with it.
Yep, that is right. It's going to be only the third ban left to decide what they're actually going to go with. It's going to be the Dream banning out his dream hero, or the hero he actually hates dreaming of. But let's see what is going to happen. It's going to be Hylos and Aurora, as you just mentioned it, Ami. But I mean, the Mikai, it's like a lot of assassins are open right now. So banning out those, and yep, there goes the Dream dreaming about the Link ban, and his dream definitely comes true.
Definitely comes true, and the Ling is getting banned, and I am expecting a jungler getting banned from the side of Team Adar card kahan hai. So let's see, we gotta wait for it, and I am expecting, by far they are just going with the regular meta heroes, I would say. So no respect bans by far, and yes, there goes the Hayabusa, the jungler, as I expected, coming up as the ban. And the Suyo you mentioned is open right now, so is the Alice, so is the Ruby, and there are plenty of options right now they could be picking. But meanwhile, okay, that was quite a prediction, Silver, and there comes your Suyo you mentioned.
So let's see, that Suyo will be probably dominant in the early game, but if they go for invasion, they might have an upper hand, because all he has right now is assassin skills along with the fighter if he just hold his S2, S1, S2 and S3. But like that guy is like the assassin and the fighter both combined and into one, and his Susano with onto the second skill deals a ton amount of damage, man. One day I was randomly playing rank, and that one Suyu guy just shows up and just deletes my Julian, man.
And your Julian is goated, to be honest, but we are yet to see the picks coming up, and there might be a slight possibility we might be seeing the Suyo onto the EXP lane as well, but we are yet to be seeing those the rest of the picks coming up from the side of Team Anamnesis. But from the side of Team Adar card kahan hai, we are seeing the Zask as well as the Akai getting picked up. Akai getting picked up in such an early phase of the game, such an early phase of the draft, so he can be there might be a Valentina pick coming up as well. The ultimate that comes from the Akai, the heavy spin, can be countered from that Valentina's ult as well. So picking up the Akai in such an early phase of the game, what are your thoughts on it? And there comes the Ruby as well from the side of Team Anamnesis.
Well, actually, picking that Akai, there's only one reason. That guy, Tour doesn't want that Akai to be banned, because if the Team Analysis would have just stalked that guy's account, it could have been a respect pick or the ban if they just went with Akai ban for themselves. But it's going to be the little fish on that Vexana. And just speaking about that Akai as a first pick, he's probably just sticking with his comfort. He doesn't want that Akai to be banned, but it could actually work right now. But the only thing that will just defy that Akai's heavy spin is going to be Diggy or the Valentina, the both of the heroes just playing Beyblade among themselves.
We could have seen a Beyblade battle coming up, but we are seeing a Vexana pick coming up from the side of Team Anamnesis, so that won't be happening anytime soon. But from the side of Team Adar card kahan hai, they are going to be picking up the next pick, and that might be an Argus maybe, but we are yet to see. But okay, that is going to be the Teresa coming up from them. Argus is quite good for split pushes. He can get those push objectives, but I don't think he is still that tournament worthy, because if you are you have mastered the hero really well and you are quite reliant on your team comp, then definitely you can go for the hero. But in terms of the team fight, I don't think Argus will be that contributing compared to the other fighters.
Yeah, that could also be right. As you just mentioned, I would like to add one more point, because since his wings after his ultimate comes out, he can tank the whole turret damage, and his team could just dive inside and secure the kill and back off. And even the Argus dive is going to be okay, because they definitely will get the kill. But not picking Argus is also a good point, because there's a there's a Vexana along with the Ruby, so there's going to be a lot of CC for that Argus to handle. So the Terizla was definitely a good, worth it pick as of now. Moving on to the second phase of banning, it's going to be an Alpha from the side of Team Anamnesis and a Nathan. So they don't have the picks they actually want to go with, so they're just banning out the picks they're left to go. So it's going to be one more marksman or a hyper, I'm assuming, from the side of team Adar card kahan hai.
Yep, and I guess there might be a rumor ban also coming up from the side since this Ruby is most probably going to the gold lane, and there comes the Tigreal, as you said, Silver. That was the rumor ban that just came up from the side of Team Aadhar Card Kahan Hai, and Team Anamnesis will be proceeding on to the final ban, and I guess that is going to be one of the junglers or one of the gold laners as well. Since this Akai, on this patch we don't see Akai jungle much coming up, so I have really like less hopes that this Akai will be going to the jungle.
I mean, just expect the unexpected, Itami. Like, what if if they go with, what if they actually go with one more rumor, and on the last second that Panda changes his flicker to retribution and he goes full damage build. Like, imagine that would be happening right now.
That could be happening as well, and yes, as you said, expect the unexpected. So we are yet to see the ban coming up from this side, but okay, they have decided to either ditch the ban, or I guess they were arguing which hero to ban, so decided to left the ban from the side of Team Anamnesis, and the next pick is coming up from the side of Team Adar Card Kahan Hai. We are yet to see the jungler, as I'm expecting the jungler as well as the gold laner getting picked up from them, and we might be seeing a Ruby. No, the Ruby is already picked actually from the side of Team Anamnesis. So I am expecting a marksman might be picked up as well. But there is the Zask. The Zask can also get those objectives like pushing the towers as well. He can do that too. But I think they will be going up with the for the gold laner, and yep, that is going to be the Brody coming up on the gold lane.
Yep, they're still, they're concealing their jungler as of now, because if they go with the jungler, the last two picks will be totally being counterable for that jungler. So picking up a Brody right now, I do think so. It's a good plan for themselves. The team will probably go on to the gold lane because that Freelia is going on to the EXP side. Look at that. But still, they'll go with a good jungler for themselves to counter that Akai. If they go with the Martis, that second skill of him will just give him a good immune, and will probably just disrupt the heavy spin, or just avoid or deflect that heavy spin from that Akai. But it's going to be the Elu's favorite child onto that Julian. So he'll probably escape with the enhanced sword, which we actually seen from the last match.
Yep. And one of your favorite heroes just got picked up, the Julian, coming up from the side of Team Anamnesis.
Sir,
and
what's
okay,
your command? Your team is
Fanny. Alright.
Oh!
This Fanny,
Demons, I
I'm
shall be
kind of
your eternal
confused. Like,
nightmare.
what are they going to be? Like, where is this Fanny going? Is this the Fanny mid I saw in MPL Malaysia a few days before? So maybe this Fanny might be going to the mid, or no, the Vexana is still there, so there is less possibility. Or maybe a Fanny roam might come up.
Well, I'm actually expecting for that Ruby to go in the rumors. So whenever that Alucard is inside the team fight, she'll probably just give him a lot of support to that Julian, help him to just melt that Alucard down in the dominance as a first item. But if you just say that Fania onto the roam, she might have to build that boots. But oh, it's going to be a double retribution. What am I seeing this? Itami, do you see it as well?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this is going to be the match number 3 between Team Anamnesis and Team Adar Card Kahan Hai. From Team Anamnesis, we are seeing the unseeable, to be honest, and that is going to be 2 retributions. I don't know what am I watching, but okay, this is going to be quite something interesting to watch. We don't see 2 retributions coming up often. Like, we do see it on the trolls on rank, but we don't see it often on the tournament. So match number 3, here we go.
What I'm actually expecting, that Fanny to just take every single creep of that Alucard, so he won't go on, get farmed up. But it is like the unexpected pick for them, that Fanny is actually just on the way. Probably might be AFK, but still it is a negative point as of now to themselves, because onto the gold side is no one. That Ruby will forced to go onto the gold side, but there's still no tank as of now for themselves. It's going to be some standard rotations from both of the junglers. Will probably end up going onto the gold side. That Ruby, there's absolutely no one onto the room. That's what actually I'm figured out. So
yep, and I'm so confused seeing the draft of Team Anamnesis. We are just seeing Team Adar card kaha hai? Going with the neutral objectives for now. The Alucard already got his red buff, so he will be proceeding with the blue. They will try to be level 4 as soon as possible before the turtle comes, and the Vexana trying to get some vision and she will be trying to do some poke actually, but she won't be over initiating right now because she doesn't have a roamer onto the mid, so she needs to play really safe in here.
That is right, but look on to the bot side that Alucard and the Julian are already level 4. They'll probably just stick with the early aggression that Julian is actually really good with. That Dream actually didn't actually support it. That Julian might have just got the first blood over there onto that Alucard. But onto the top side, it's going to be some deadly one event happening among this, that Tuyo and that Terizla. It's going to be 4 people now ready to gank onto the EXP side. He'll probably just bait his life whenever he wants to because he an EXP laner that Alucard at the board, both of his buffs is ready to gank onto the top side along with the Julian is ready as well. The turtle is respawning into the next 10 seconds. That Sana is ready to just give that Alucard a lot of backup, but look at the HP of that Tesla still inside some trouble. That Panda actually wanted to go inside, but still wasn't able to take the kill. Look at that! But it's going to be the first threat from India. He's still in some tough spot, but he still escaped from there.
That Suyo EXP is quite working out for them, at least onto the early game, and the turtle has already been spawned. I think Team Red are on the better position right now, and there comes the Eternal Guard coming up from that Vexana. Alucard might get poked down, he is quite low, so he will be forced to retreat. And I guess Team Eliminators will be able to secure this turtle quite easily unless Teresa lands his penalty zone. But that Suyo will be securing that kill onto that Alucard. The turtle has been slain, and Julian is able to secure that kill onto that Akai. Suyo is still trying to initiate, and there comes the double kill coming up. You know, they have their early game aggression, so at this point, Team Eliminators, even though they have 2 retribution, they are still leading the game.
That's what actually just picking my attention as of now, but it's going to be the killing spree for that Suyo. That's the reason why you have to ban this Suyo. But still, if you don't, you have to face the consequences. Look at that I'm offended place, but that Aegis and the tackle from the Brody will probably save his life. That Julian is still finding a good setup for his team to just get a kills and just lead in the goal.
Yep, and I think Fanny just joined the battlefield just now, and I guess he was AFK, but still, his team is covering up for him. They do have the 2k goal lead. We might be seeing a team fight coming up from the bot side. There might be some skirmish going around. The Ruby doesn't have a backup yet, so he needs to play a bit safe in there.
Oh, that is good. But still Panda along with Alucard are ready to just gank. He has a heavy spin with him. But the ground shot will most probably use it on the creep. But look at the heavy spin. She's forced to use up that flicker, but she's still inside the turret, really safe and calm as of now. But will actually go for a good setup. I'm offended is still not ready on that Ruby. It's going to be 4v1 situation as of now. But that Dream still knows if she goes way too aggressive, she's going to die. But Elusive Child will probably go for a good rotation. That Zask will probably just force to use that Dominator's Descent at that point. Along the flame shot he has not baited it, but he's still finding a good setups. Like that Julian, he knows that Assassin plays from himself.
Yup, and that Julian trying to make an initiation. If he got that Brody with the side, then it would have been over for the side of the Brody. But meanwhile, the turtle is about to be spawned, and Julian trying to make an initiation. There comes the I am offended. Akai will be immediately taken down from the hands of the Julian, and they will. Alucard has already started the turtle. He knows that the Julian is still on the bot lane. Brody trying to make an initiation. There comes the, oh my god, the ultimate. The torn apart memory from that Brody was able to secure that kill onto that Julian, and team Adar card kahan hai will be securing the turtle for the side this time.
Man, they were just wasting his time for that gold lane to just go in with. But look at I'm offended play from that Ruby. That Brody goes down, but she's still fighting for her life. It's going to be the heavy being used up inside the turret. He's trying to just pin him inside the turret to get the kill over to that Ruby. Will be just facing the wrath of that Akai. Will be using the Dominator's Descent as well, but it was way too aggressive.
I definitely agree with you. You know, as soon as the I am offended landed, the Akai was still waiting for his heavy spin to connect. He did connect it, and he pushed the Ruby into the tower, and the Dominator Descent was also used. But I think that was quite a worth it trade because the goal laner from the side of Team Anamnesis were taken down. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I would say.
That engage from that Ruby, but look at that, it's going to be the So Lifesteal Queen versus Lifesteal King just happening inside the near tier 1 tower. But still, she's standing strong as of now. She has a Vorax, I do assume that. But look at that Brody along the Akai is still ready to gank inside the turret. If that heavy spin connects and pins that Ruby inside the turret with good ball, she'll probably just die inside. But look at that little fish securing the kill over to the Terrace. There was 3v1 situation that Alucard, he's still going with a good farm for himself. So the late game will definitely go in his hands. But that Julian is trying to give himself reveal as of now. Tetsuyo, he has the skills, everything he needs, but it's going to his hands. Sword used up.
Oh,
That guy will probably go with a heavy spin and will take the kill over to that Elu's favorite child. It's going to be overextension, but a good punishment given to the Julian.
I literally thought that was a misplay that came up from that Akai. The S1 as well as the flicker was used on that. So still he did connected with the heavy spin and was able to secure that kill onto the Julian. So I would say that misplay, even if it was a misplay, they still were able to get their objective. And there comes the I am offended from that Ruby. The tower is not locking the Brody yet. Brody will be able to escape this one, I would say. And yeah, Alucard has already started the turtle, and Vexana is trying to make some poke. The jungler is still not there. The Eternal Guard did connect, but Alucard is still able to land his retribution and get the turtle.
Man, that was good. That Vexana knew, like, even if she just uses everything she has, she might steal the turtle, but she didn't lose the hope yet. That her jungler was still jungling inside the red buff, but it's going to be a turtle to that Alucard. But let's see how well this is going to go with. It's going to be the Lord coming in for the next 2 minutes, but that Panda looking in some trouble. That Ruby still has arm offended. She's trying to bait up the heavy spin. From that Julian, it's going to the Dominator's descent, been baited out. That Julian skills needs only 3 to 4 seconds to go down to the mid side. It's going to be the deadly grass combination for the Alucard, but he still escapes. I mean, the flicker has been baited out, but he still didn't got the kill over that Vexana. It's going to be a 1v1 situation for that Brody. He'll just probably just back off. But look at that! A flicker combination from that Ruby. That
wow!
The wrath of that Julian and that Ruby. Like, oh my god.
That flicker combo as well as the I am offended was so clean, you know. It connected as soon as it connected. Julian came up with the follow-up, and Julian is able to secure that kill onto that Zas. The side did connect, but meanwhile, Alucard will be getting that kill onto that Suyo. A shutdown coming up. There comes a 2-man penalty zone coming up from that Teresa. Ruby using the I am offended just now, and Teresa will be forcing out his flicker, but Ruby is able to secure that kill onto the Teresa once again. Brody is trying to save that tower for himself, but yeah, he will be able to do so. Akai trying to come up with an initiation, but Vexana will be following up, and I guess Akai will be just retreating for now.
Man, oh, look at that Brody! Like, his HP is way too much, but apart from the reason used up along with the heavy spin, there's no backup as of now to just give them a good follow-up to get the kills over to that 2 low HP over that Dream and the little fish, but they'll still just give them a payback to them. Look at that Adar with a good setup. Start I want to go with
Oh my god!
But he still escaped the low HP. It's going to be the Dominator's descent, just giving them and poking them a lot of damage. It's going to be the flame shot securing the kill over that Dream. Enough of the child players, that's what he says. It's going to be the Ilu's favorite child against that Alucard. He actually wanted to reveal himself in 1v1, but what is actually just catching my eye is that Fanny is still AFK. So all they're doing is like 4v5 as of now.
Like, even on 4v5, they still have the goal lead, and it's almost 10 minutes to the game. So imagine if they had a proper roamer right now, then they would have been able to secure this match quite, like, they would have been on the more upper hand right now. As of now, even right now, Team Anamnesis can still pull this off, but meanwhile there comes the team fight. The Eternal Guard connecting out to nobody. Alucard is able to secure that kill onto that Suyo. He is still not stopping, and that is going to be the double kill for him. He is really low. The heavy spin came up, and Julian is able to secure that kill onto that Alucard. The jungler from the side of Team Adar ka kahan hai is down right now, and I guess they will still not be able to contest a lot. A Dominator descent coming up from that Zask, trying to get that kill on that Ruby, but Ruby will be escaping. Ruby using out the flicker, trying to use the I am offended, but Zask will be escaping, but the I am offended did connect. Zask using the flame shot in order to retreat, and he will be barely escaping this team fight.
Dream, what he is actually doing, he wasn't even letting that Zaz escape. You're all mine, that's what he actually said. but he still escaped with a flame shot. I'm actually making up scenarios where the flame shot wasn't available onto that Zaz, because it was a confirmed death for that Zaz. But still, he escaped really well. That Suyo wants to engage with that S1 for himself to get a good setup, but his whole team is ready to gank. That Fanny is also back in the team fight. Will she just probably stick with a split push? That's what she could actually do right now because of the farm she has. It's going to be the divine. It's going to be the endless battle made onto that Suyo. So he might have a lot of damage as of now, but look on to that Panda. His position is really good, but that Brody doesn't have any dash skill. It's a skip for his tackle. If he had the figure, it would have been a plus point for him. That Dream looking for a good setup along the lane. It's going to be two people knocked up with the Eternal Guard. They're trying to get that loss. That Guard is still busy on the top side. It's going to be free loss for themselves. No! The retribution contest is going to the heavy spin disconnected inside them. It's going to the Eternal Guard as well. That is fish finding with that penalty zone used up. She definitely went down along with that Brody wants to get with the contact memory. That's all he has as of now. But look at that damage of that elusive child. That Alucard definitely got deleted. And it's going to the Julian being shut it down by the contact memory from the Brody again. Man, what a team fight.
What a team fight indeed. They are still not stopping, and there comes the Suyo with the initiation. Ruby with the I am offended once again, and Suyo is able to secure that kill onto that Brody. But meanwhile, Zask is able to get that kill onto that Ruby once again with the flame shot. Fanny trying to make an initiation. She joined too late. She is just level 9 right now, but if she landed the throat cut, if the Zask was low, then definitely she would have got the kill onto that Zask. This is going to be like they will try to, like they will be easily getting the Lord this time for their side. But you know, even if it was a 4v5 situation for the side of Team Analysis, they were still winning. And I guess on the next fight, if they are able to secure the Lord as well as the objective, then I definitely think they have a proper chance to win this game as well.
Yeah, that could be a plus point for them, but since the fan is back, it's again a 5v5 from 4v5. But I really like the process where it was only 4v5, but still they managed the goal lead for themselves. That was a really good play coming in from the side of Team Anamnesis. That Alucard is going way too inside. That Fanny actually wants to escape, but that damage from that Alucard just made that Fanny just lay on to that point. She was only one basic attack away from dying, but that was a good call of escaping. She knows how much damage that Alucard can give in the late game.
Yep, and the Lord is yet to spawn. There is like over a minute time right now, and I guess it would be better for both of the teams to they don't try to overextend the fight too much, especially Team Adar card kahan hai, because they don't have the gold lead as well. And in terms of the objective as well, you know, Team Analysis have over 6 towers right now. They have 5 towers advantage over compared to over Team Adar card kahan hai, and still they are trying to make a fight. But okay, Fanny will just be retreating for now, and yeah, that's pretty much it. They are trying to make an initiation, but no, I guess it's better they don't take team fights right now.
Yep, that is true, but still that Vexana is finding good setups along with the Suyu is ready. Look at the position of that Akai. He's waiting for someone to come in. Whenever someone comes in, he's just going to use the heavy spin and just give them a lot of pin. That tree wants to go inside, but that panda has been totally been revealed as of now. It's going to the deadly grass on the first blast, giving a lot of damage to that panda, just making him flee from that situation. That is going to be the enhanced sword with that. Look at this, 3 people just waiting out that heavy spin from that panda. He doesn't have the heavy spin for the slot contest now. So what will actually be a negative point given to the side of Team Anamnesis, because there's no CC chain for themselves now. Only that could actually just give them CC is the penalty zone from that Terizla. Like if he actually goes inside the Lord contest, but that Alucard, he actually wants to go for the Lord contest along with that Terizla is still there along the EXP and the jungler. That Suyo actually wants to join the team.
Oh no.
Again over to that innocent guy. That Suyo still wants to get the kill over to the 2 people, but Alucard onto the back line. Straight forward, he gets the kill over to Vexana. But look at the Lord HP with the Predavision plays. It's going to be the Alucard taking the Lord. That Eternal Guard is still fighting for the Vexana. Since the Vexana is living no longer, it's going to be the Dream. Actually wants to defend the mid turret. There's like 5 people. Will she actually escape or just defend the turret? That Suyo's position. Look at that. Nah. Penalty zone used up again. It's going to the heavy spin, just giving them a lot of pins, but not enough to get the kills neither on 2 of those people. But that Fanny is still lurking around the Alucard's jungle trying to get a good split push, but now she actually couldn't do it.
Yep, and the Lord is marching from the bot side of the lane. If team Adar card kahan hai are able to sink those lanes, and maybe they can potentially end the game as well. But I don't think team Anamnesis will be going down quite easily. The Dominator's descent is being used by that Zas. They are trying to make an initiation. The Lord is down. The Eternal Guard just came up from that Vexana, and they are trying to, like, team Anamnesis were able, like, already ready to commit into the upcoming team fight. But team Adar card kahan hai? Labs, like, just decided to retreat for now, and Alucard might be taken down, but no, Alucard will be able to get that blue buff as well coming up. For that Julian's blue buff is gone right now, and as long as they don't overextend, I think team Adar card kahan hai can win this match. But this Fanny, I don't know. He or she is kind of like unpredictable as of now. He or she still has the 000 KDA, so I kind of, like, I don't know what is up with that Fanny. She was AFK, so that's pretty much it. That Alucard is trying to get that Vexana, but Julian is trying to get that kill onto that Alucard, but Alucard will be retreating. The concealed play is coming up from that Akai. Suyo is trying to make an initiation. The heavy spin missing and connecting onto nobody. The Dominator's descent has also been used by the Zas, but meanwhile, Brody will be able to get a solo kill onto that Fanny. The gold difference is too much, and Fanny will be taken down onto the process.
Man, but it's going to be again a 4-5 situation. That Akachi doesn't have the heavy spin on him, but that definitely has a penalty zone. He's looking for the 3-man penalty zone. All he needs is a good follow-up for his team, but there's absolutely no one to just give him a lot of follow-up. That's Suyo, Vixana, along with that Ruby wants to go with the ammo from the plays, will be just hooking that Brody away. All he needs is a good toss penalty to get again over to them. Will that actually secure him? But it's like 3 people, extremely low. But that Brody definitely gone down. It's going to the Panda, and that Mikai probably just going for a back spin as of now, because they're extremely low. That Suyo will actually just spot that Panda win, but not. It's going to be the Terra's largest gone inside the team fight. The Dominator's descent used up. That Suyo is the only one who can just shut down that Zas, and that's what he actually did. It's going to the Fanny, just giving a lot of backup, but Alucard, he won't be able to escape. But all they need right now is a good spread push. So they could actually end it. It's going to the ammo funded. Just you are knowing, go where. Get over here. That's what that Ruby said is ammo funded.
This is going to be an uncontested lot for sure. Since the Alucard is down, they are not backing off yet. And Suyo is trying to get that kill onto Panda. Panda comes up with the heavy spin, but Julian is able to take him down. The base is wide open, and Team Anamnesis are able to win this match with a 4v5 situation.
Oh my god. Like, that Fanny was AFK for the 6 to 7 minutes. They just went with a 4v5, and like, even in the team fights, that Fanny wasn't actually present. All she has is 1 assist. But look how good this team is, even on 4v5.
Yep, and that Ruby is the deserving MVP, and she is the MVP of this game. That I am offended, as well as those flicker plays did connect onto them. And even if Brody was able to get that kill onto that Ruby with his torn apart memories as well, but still it was not enough for them to end the game, like to finish the games for themselves. Even though the Alucard, like team Adar card kahan, were able to get the second Lord, but they literally were not able to sink those lanes, and that was a free Lord for the side of, like, they were able to take down the Lord so easily. And as soon as the team fight ended, they decided not to go for the Lord this time and end the game as soon as possible, and Team Anamnesis were successfully able to do so. And this Suyo, we were expecting it to go to the jungle. Even though it went to the EXP, it gave a really hard time to the Terizla onto the early phases of the game.
That's what, like, they needed 3 to 4 people to gank that Suyo, but his escaping skills were on point, man. Those brutal outplays after that penalty zone used up on 3 people, but still he knows what to do. And look at the build of that Ruby. All she has is the 1 War Axe, but she has like 25 or 28% damage, like the hero damage. Like, look at that.
Yep, and they were definitely not the favorites to win this game right now. Definitely, they defied the odds and they are victorious into the game. But we will be back with more actions on match number 4. So stay tuned. We will be back.
But he's just too tiny. But
have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
Kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new Kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new Kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new Kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new Kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new Kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
And welcome back, folks. We are in game 6. It is Tartarus versus Chabok. It is a very interesting game we have in store for us here. We have Tartarus on the blue side, and on the red, we have Chabok. So, I am your caster Baldudu, and I have with me Kuro. Say hi to the stream for us, and we will be your casters for this game.
Well, hello, how are you, ladies and gentlemen? Grab your popcorns because it's going to be an exciting game. And my friend Baldu, you have got me wrong because it's the one-eyed ninja, the Sasuke Uchiha, the last Uchihas left in this miserable world, man.
My mission is to protect
All
the
right, my bad with that, but yes, we are. It is a chip ban and a Hylos ban. Both the roamers are taken out instantly, but nowadays we are seeing this Hylos more on the EXP rather than a roam.
I mean, that's quite possible because the sustainability he provides in the XP lanes is just quite too much.
Your team is banning.
Section because for the first 8 minutes the gold that the roamer gets is like the limited and if we put him on the exp lane then he could probably farm and get more items. So with those shenanigans being said, like it's quite viable that Hylos on exp is like more worthy than keeping it on the roamer side.
And yeah, it is a very versatile pick. The Ruby also can, take it in either lane. You can send it the gold, you can take her EXP, and if push comes to shove, you can be the Apex and take it to the, roam. But yes, Chabok has picked, taken out the Zuzhan. We will not be seeing her lifting up and throwing heroes left and right. But the third ban, it is Sunio who has to decide who will they take out before we enter the first phase of picking.
I mean, I was quite, amazed to say, listen, like, you just mentioned, like, it's all up to Sunio, man. I mean, like, wait, what? We are just back into...
I am not the only one bound by these chains.
And yeah, man. The Phobius, another fighter ban, a lot of the frontliners getting taken out. And the Minsatar, we might be seeing something like a Harith, maybe a Ling, even a Joy, maybe, because you want to remove as many of those dash heroes as fast as possible. If you are, gonna pick a Mincy, he knocks them all down.
Oh, well, maybe some shenanigans being played
Your
again.
team is
But,
picking.
as you can see, like the assassins are yet to be picked because maybe that's why they just banned out the Minsta, so they could probably go for the Hayabusa along with that link picks. But Tartarus already locking down that link for the first picks for themselves. But moving on to the first phase of the draft, like they are looking strong. Team Red locking down that Terizla along with that Edith.
And the Terizla with the Edith. Okay, so that Edith will clearly be going to the roam unless they flex pick it onto the gold, which I don't think is actually it won't be a bad choice because you're playing against a Ling. Taking a conventional gold laner will be a little hard for the gold laner to deal with a Ling. and the Borg, which Dark has picked up right as we speak.
I mean, technically, to melt down those tanky front panels, you need someone to, do the job. And again, like a bog could quite come in handy in the XP lane itself, melting down and giving some hard times to that Terizla along with that Edith. But again, the Primal Wrath from Edith could come in handy or maybe some damage. Like, if Team Red locked down that Nolan, it would be quite difficult for Dark to manage that Praga army because the burst from the Nolan will be more than enough to like to burst down that Praga armor from the Bog though.
There is that, man. Also, what do you think about the Valentina being picked up that early? Like, is it really worth taking a Val because you already have people who can initiate? So instead of taking more copied ults, would it not be better to take something that can give you the crowd control for your Ling and Borg to capitalize on instead?
I mean, Team Red definitely locked down the two of the heroes, the Edith along with the Terizla. So grabbing Valentina at that point was quite a viable option because in the second phase of the draft, if they don't do it, like there is some slight chance that Team Red could probably ban down that Valentina because like having too much CC in your team is like could be a double-edged sword because Valentina could be picked up and there could be uh some shenanigans, but again that Valentina could come in handy because she had three of the earth, she could grab it. Like she had a friendly glacier, she had the penalty zones and also a primal of rat.
There are a lot of options left open, but yeah, looking at the bans, the second phase of bans has already begun. Chabok has taken out the Beatrix, and I'm not sure what was the thought behind that. Is it something another their gold laner uses on the Tartarus side, or is it something else, or is it just like they have, when they were practicing this comp, they dealt with a Beatrix who was really hard to catch. What exactly do you think is the concept behind it?
I don't think like at this point could be a respect ban because that is quite an unusual ban we are seeing along with that Harriet. So probably they might be joking down the hero pool for the gold lane, maybe Rect or Sunio for Tartarus esports.
There is that, but they did ban. I don't get it. Why did you what was Chabok actually doing with the draft? Because they have banned out the Mincetar, but then they have not picked up anything that is actually going to benefit from having the Mincetar banned. So what is the point of the Mincy?
For honor!
Well, I mean that is something I really don't get it. But again, like that is Hayabusa again for them to grab. Maybe they are taking too much time, or maybe they have some blink heroes that they would be going in later two picks.
Okay, so like let me get this straight. I'm really this I'm really confused about why have they not picked up a single hero that is actually gonna suffer under Mincetar's King's calling. They have also banned out the Harith by themselves. So the only option is they want to take a Nolan. Like that is the only reason, or a Fanny at this point. But yeah, I don't see any other reason you would want to ban out these heroes. You've banned out the Zusian, you've banned out the Hylos, the Beatrix. So yeah, I guess it's the Fanny. Yes, it was the Fanny. All of that did lead up to something. Uh, yes, Chabokche did, really plan it out, and it finally does make sense. The stones fall into place, and it is the Fanny picked up by Liam Arias, who will be taking it to the land of Dawn.
That's quite true, and based on the draft, I do think like the Team Tartarus they have the upper hand just because they got the Valentina. So probably she could just tail down one of the ultimates from the enemy. Along with that, they got the mighty tank, the Minotaur, healing crowd, and let's introduce someone who would be just, taking my slot because, ladies and gentlemen, I was just here to, just analyze the draft because I was just too excited to see how Tartarus would be going with this draft. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yumina.
Thank you for the introduction, Sasuke. And hello, Baldudu. It's good to have you on the desk again. And right now, I'm looking at quite some
Welcome
interesting
to
drafts
Mobile
coming in from both
Legends.
Tartarus Esports and Chabok. But
Match
before we
totally
get
rigid
onto that,
tactic.
we are
Flash
jumping
round.
straight onto the land of Dawn.
All
Both the
systems go
hypers
go.
onto their buffs, and as they are taking their buffs, Baldudu, I have only one question for Team Tartarus Esports now. Who is going to stop that Fanny? Because you do not have a single suppression on your team. Sure, you do have the CC coming in from the side of Sunio, but then how are you going to stop her?
You can't actually stop her. You just have to, hope she messes up under pressure. So the only way you do that is instead of waiting for Fanny to come to you, you go towards her, towards the buffs. During team fights, you press aggressively, bring her into battle in open spaces where it's harder for her to land cables, turtle fights. But yeah, that's the only way. You can't stop the Fanny right now with this draft. You hope she jumps onto one of your she jumps onto Minotaur's S1. I guess that's the only way you can stop her from the side of Tartarus. But at the same time, oh my god, as we speak on the top side, the flicker being used, the steel cables instantly, a beautiful use of the turret by Rek. He sits right behind that turret, and Fanny's cables could not reach that place as they pick up the first blood. A lot of resources used up by the red team already.
Well, that was really interesting and smart coming in from Rect right there. I mean, not a lot of people know about that small trick to be standing behind the tower like that, Bolludo. I mean, they know what they are doing. Meanwhile, that was not a good look for Fanny right there because you kind of will fall back behind onto the farm. Gives a heavy space for Kevin right there to snowball because the turtle is up. The Fanny will be taking the blue buff. So a little bit of skirmish also happening onto the mid lane. I mean, they both the teams trying really well to get that river control, but I think this could favor onto the side of Team Tartarus right now because seeing the kind of gameplay coming in from them as of now and a lot of skirmish happening.
And the Tempest of Blades used, but the penalty zone lands up right there. This man still does not fail to secure the retribution and the turtle for his team. A beautiful, display of composure from the jungler of Tartarus. Great play to this guy. Kudos to him. But on the top side, Rekt putting on a lot of damage, but he gets uses petrify, his purify, and instantly gets shredded by that Fanny. The steel cables. His HP disappeared, Humana. The heck?
Bruh, he was way too ahead knowing that the Fanny just, retreated back from the turtle. She is fast. She did not even go to take her red buff. She went straight onto Rect and now she is going to get her red buff. I mean, the micro plays coming in from Team Chebokche right now is quite surprising to see. I mean, it's really smooth coming in. Meanwhile, I really do want to see a good gold gang coming in because if you fail to play around that carry, it can be a burden onto your shoulders later onto the game. Meanwhile, a 1v1 between Xborg and yet again carry falling down onto the hands of Liam right there. I mean, what is going on?
And that is the issue. She, even despite sitting under the turret, it's not like hiding right behind the turret is gonna protect you every single time. She tried to do that, but Liam has learned from his mistakes, is not gonna repeat them again. Picks the kill, walks out, barely taking any damage under that turret. A great kill. It was a really, really clean one. Meanwhile, on the bot side, Tartarus picking up a win on the EXP. The last insanity was used, and he also baited out the penalty zone by the Terizla. So yes, it was a trade on either lane, but it is not worth getting your gold laner fall 2 times already. They're looking for the third, but the wild charge being used. The dashes are there left and right. Cables are out. The Minnow and Fury is used. Sunio is under pressure, but Pillow gets were, shredded instantly by those light wheels of that carry. They use the nature's barrier, but it's not going to be sufficient. Carry picking up a double kill, but no, it is Savage Warrior who picks up a kill for himself, but the penalty zone getting a kill. Fanny is still cabling, runs out of energy. The Minoan jump is used. There is still, the fights are going on left and right, but now they finally disengage. The action is over for now as the turtle is up. Kevin moves toward the objective instantly, uses his retribution. Will there be some more action or no, Yumana?
It does not look like it because the tables completely shifted. Meanwhile, Fanny trying to look and baiting out the Tempest of Blades right there, but will fail. Oh, she managed to secure the blue buff as well. They are not letting this Ling live. I mean, this is really smart coming in from Liam right there. They knew that he's going to go straight to his blue, so she just dived in. And the team was ready to back her up right there. Meanwhile, the last insanity being used on the Tempest.
Oh, beautiful! That was absolutely beautiful. Like, if his ult, when he jumped off the last insanity, if it didn't push him outside the gold craft, he wouldn't even have to use the flicker. He could have actually survived. But despite that, those fire missiles were placed so perfectly, man. He was able to instantly pick up the kill and, shut that Fanny down, who was getting a little too aggressive and a little too confident. Now, oh my god, speaking of confidence, Savage Warrior was a little too overconfident, gets picked out instantly in the mid turret.
The only issue that I have with the draft coming in from Tartarus esports, sure, they are playing really amazing. They are very heavily dependent on the set that is going to come in from Sunio, because Liam right now is doing a really good job marking out the MMN mage, which are their mid to late game potential. So if he keeps shutting them down like that, it's going to be really difficult for the Ling to snowball as well, because who are you going to kill onto the enemy side? The passive coming in from Aurora, if you dive in way ahead, then you can get caught in, because the CC coming in from team Chabok also looks better compared to Tartarus esports right now. Baldudu.
Look at that, there might be another invade. The retribution, we'll see who gets it. It is the Ling, he's able to get it for now, also being able to pick up a kill with the help of Valentina. The Tempest of Blades dodging the Frigid Glacier. The dashes are used, the passive is baited. He wants some more left and right, and he escapes, picking up another kill for himself. The assassin of Tartarus finally making a mark, picking up his first kill in this game. On the top side, there might be something going on. Valentina pokes down Pillow, and he is gonna recall safely, while the turret might fall if Fanny does not get there in time.
Kevin falling down to the passive coming in from Terizla right there. That was unfortunate. I mean, despite being behind on kills, both the junglers on either side of the teams managed to keep their level. I mean, we have to give it to Kevin right there, for being up to par with Liam despite the lack of kills and the invade that he has been facing. But I think Tartarus esports should now start playing around the carry, because it's already 7 minutes onto the game and Kevin right now doesn't look snowballed as much. Maybe he should focus on pushing the side lanes, get his blue buff, and keep rotating to those lanes and get that objective priority for his team. I think that can work for Tartarus esports as of now, because it looks kind of difficult for them to go face on with the kind of team comp coming in from Chabok Baldu.
And look at the bot side, they want to catch on this Aurora. She uses a Frigid Glacier defensively, but not being able to use much. The penalty zone, catching Kevin. He takes a lot of damage from the turret, but is able to make it out safely. Meanwhile, on the top side, Fanny tries her luck on Savage Warrior. She has to use the dash as the last insanity is popped. She cables away to safety, as Pillow does not want any of it right now.
Man, I mean, Chabok should start sticking to their early game advantage, because we kind of know that Fanny starts falling off onto the late game once, carry manages to get the wind of nature. It can be a little difficult for Liam to shut her down. Meanwhile, bot tower going down, Baldudu.
And there's a massive fight in the mid. The Minoan Fury catching 3. Nikesh falls down. They want some more action. The penalty zone is not gonna hit. Oh, it'll catch him out, but he still escapes with a sliver of HP, baiting out a lot of skills, baiting out the Firaga armor, doing a lot of work, but he joined a little too late as 3 of his members already fell.
I mean, that was a really beautiful set coming in from Sunio, but I think the lack of item spike is showing right now. I mean, they should play a little bit careful because the first slot is already up. Meanwhile, Rect trying to look and push onto this tower. We'll see what happens around there. But what do you think Boludu team Tartarus esports should focus on right now? Maybe getting a kill or focusing their objective priority right now?
They need to bait out that Fanny, or they need to bait out. You need to just get one kill because, unlike the CC comp, because they can't deal with that much CC one after another. They need to bait out either the Aurora or they need to bait out the Fanny's ult. But no, the Lord has been taken up. They shred it down instantly. That is one benefit they have. They were all focusing it on the Lord. They ended up trading the bot side turret, but I think it's more than worth it. But Humana, you have to notice something interesting because normally it's the EXP laners or the roamers who initiate fights. Here it's the assassins. Both the assassins are playing like the EXP and the roam. The
I
roam
agree.
engages second like the EXP. Look at that again. Liam is diving solo, makes the initiating play. Then the mage gives the follow up, and they back off once again.
Meanwhile, Nikesh just inside the bush trying to give, I guess, vision, but Sunyo is not
Assassin
looking
Brock.
happy about it. Sunyo doesn't look
Yes.
happy about it. He wants Nikesh to be there.
Oh my god, he's low, but the basic attack of the Valentina picks him off. The Minoan Fury is used up already, but there is no follow-up on the side of the damage. But now Savage Warrior is back using up the ultimate, but not sufficient. Aurora uses the Hailstone Blast to warn them away from pushing their luck a little too much.
Oh, she managed to save the top tier inhibitor. I mean, really nice map awareness right there. Meanwhile, Xborg is just, having a fun day. I mean, he dominated Terizla on the lane despite, Terizla having the upper hand. But he's forced to use his last insanity on 3 people, Baldudu.
And right now, there's some more action happening. Dark is really low, but he will fall to the passive of Terizla. Terizla with the flicker, using those hammer strikes, gets a double kill for himself. A beautiful play made by him, but he's staying in the little too long. Kevin gonna pick up a shutdown onto him. His dashes are mistimed, but a killing spree picked up by the Valentina. He wants some more action, but he's gonna get stunned out. But the Tempest of Blades being used, knocking up 2, chasing for more, collecting the blades, and dashes off to safety. The steel cables will not reach this man anytime soon.
I mean, that was a mistake. They did manage to bait out the last insanity coming in from Dark, but they shouldn't have chased him right there. Cost them 2 of their members. I mean, that was enough resource for their side. Maybe they should have focused on marking someone else because Fanny was not present onto the team fight right there. And I think Kevin just saw it as an opportunity and he picked off those kills in the mid lane and managed to retreat from there. I mean, both the assassins, Baldudu, like you mentioned, are playing with the minds of each other. Meanwhile, the team is just following up for them.
It's like the two of them are playing chess and everyone else is like, reacting late on the live stream. But yeah, but it's not like they're playing bad. It's just that it's a very different tempo from what we're used to in the current Indian meta. It feels very different from the usual Indian rotations we see. It's like always the roam has to make the play or the EXP. Unless the enemy overcome it, then the mage will start making outplays. There's a lot of zoning that happens here. Both of these guys see a target, they want the target, and they're diving in. That's it. And it's up to the rest of their teammates to figure out how to keep them alive and actually win this trade.
Oh, the penalty zone. That was a misplay.
What? Massive mistake. And Triggered is stuck under 4 people, but Pillow using up a beautiful Earth Shatter. The kill picked up on them. Kevin picking up another kill. Rekt getting more. It looks like Tartarus will be winning this fight right now, but Rekt picking up a double kill onto the marksman, ensuring they can't take this Lord.
I did not quite catch how Kevin went down onto the fight because does not look good for Dark. Meanwhile, his shield is being popped down by Liam. Look at the damage coming in from Dark. Will he be able to get him? No, man. The cables saved Liam right there. Damn, this Xbox
God
is getting
damn.
tankier by the time. Man, it's already 14 minutes into the game. The carry is already starting to dish out the damage that I was talking about, Boldudu. Like, they needed to end this early snowball in their favor, like, quite early, but I think
And
that was a really
it's kind
bad
of impressive the
mistake.
way these guys are taking the way they're taking fights at the 14-minute mark as if it's their first turtle and they don't mind losing 3 to 4 people. Because usually they would just base rush, but it's working out in both teams' favor. At this point, I can't say who's winning or who's losing. The gold is favoring Tartarus. The turrets are slightly favoring Tartarus, but you can't tell anyone that there's a clear win by them. Meanwhile, Kevin on the top side going for a sneaky split push, but is it really worth against a Fanny?
Well, they are dancing around the Lord. I mean, none of them have started. I think that was a quite smart move because it's baiting Fanny to be onto the top side. Meanwhile, Kevin already going towards the Lord.
Oh my! Oh, beautiful last insanity. I think that is the play of the day. They are going to pick up 3. There is no more left. It's 4 people down. It's just the Fanny against the world. And I think yes, that push really did come into absolute clutch. Fanny is trying, but she just got locked up there, barely making it out. The dashes are chasing her, but luckily she goes back. But how is she going to defend this match? Like, I honestly, I don't know how is Stefani going to make this defense. I don't think it's going to happen. The minions are still there. The Aegis will crumble. Along with that, Chabok will take the L.
Victory!
Man, that was really smart. I have to give it to Kevin right there. Boldudu, he baited Fanny to stay onto the top. His team was like, you know, we got this slot dance. They baited out quite a few skills coming in from Chibokche right there, waited for Kevin to be present, and Sunio initiated right after that. The lasting insanity came right after that as a follow up for Sunio, and that was it for Team Tartarus Esports right there. I mean, that was their win. Man, Dar played a really nice job in this whole match. I mean, winning his lane, pushing the other lane as well, and providing that damage and providing the sustain for his team that they were lacking quite heavily onto the early game. Boldudu.
And that made all the difference because that EXP, the difference in the EXP helped a lot in terms of playmaking. Terizla did a great job, but that one misplay at the bot kind of ruined his confidence and he stopped going in as aggressively as before. And I think that made all the difference.
Agree. I mean, really smart and well played by Tartarus Esports. I mean, both the teams were neck to neck right here. I cannot say that Chibokchai played bad, but I think that was one misplay coming in from Terizla, and after that, the Fanny getting baited onto the top lane, to protect that first inhibitor. But congratulations to Team Tartarus Esports right here, Boldudu. And before we leave, do you have something to say to both the teams?
I would say a great job. It was a phenomenal display of mechanics, especially from both the junglers. It was a really fun game to watch, and it was not something I'd expected in the day one itself. A match so close and actually fun to watch. It was less about, like there was macro, there was micro, there were mistakes made, but there was a lot of confidence in that match. So yeah, a great job to both the junglers and the EXP laners from the side of Tartarus and Chabokche. And yes, viewers, give us a few minutes. We will be back with another game. This is Baldur and Yumina. We will be back with some more action.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
To protect lives.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Legends Unleashed Season 3 and round 2, day 2 of the evening. We are on to the next match, and thank you for waiting patiently, guys. And I am back again with my co-caster Peachy right here. And before we get into the draft, Peachy, let me introduce you to both of the teams. We have Zohunt, I mean one of the most famous and well-known teams, coming in onto the blue side, and Afar for esports onto the red. But before I start speaking about the draft, hello Peachy, let us know how are you doing.
I am all good, you Ben. I'm excited to see a match between Zohan versus Akbar for
I am not the
esports
only one
because
bound by
Zohan,
these
as we all know,
chains.
they are climbing up that leaderboard into that Indian server, and they have been constantly proving us that they can get a spot onto that leaderboards. With that, Humana, let's dive into the draft. The target bans are already there. Team Afar for esports, they have made sure they have made their homework. A Grok is a ban.
Still waters run deep.
On the side of things, Zohan, they really love to play that Grok, and the target bans are all set. Now, with that, what do you think the first pick will be?
Sir, what's your command?
Man, they go ahead and pick out that Fanny without any fear, despite the Mizita still being open for the side of team Afar right here. I mean, Afar for esports, it's too long to say for me, so I'm just gonna call them Afar PG. So I think that is a very confident pick coming in, despite the Ruby open as well. I mean, the Fovius is. Oh, the Fovius, they have banned it out. So I think we'll have to wait and see if they go in either for obviously the Carmilla or the Aurora in this matter.
Is like blood.
Your team is picking.
Okay, this is looking strong from the side of Team Afar right now. But on the other hand, I am really loving that confidence that the Loopsy guys is having right now, picking up the Fanny right into the first pick. They might be showing us some surprises as well because Ruby has been picked up. Most likely, she
Wipe
will
out
be
all the
going towards that
injustice in the
gold lane or
world.
probably that EXP lane. But let's just see what it will be. But what will they be picking to counter that sustained queen? She has the spell now. She can regenerate her health just moving
Your
up the
team is
minions.
picking.
The first skill, the second skill. She has a very good
Mhm.
kit. Looks like the Prime will be taking time. One want to counter that Ruby. Do you think so that the Ruby will be played out into the golden Humana?
I mean, the Worn one does have the reach advantage if you ask me, compared to that Ruby right there. But I mean, if they manage to get a choke onto that 1-1 early on from the game. I mean, you do have the Carmilla with the stun for her, but then the 1-1 has a second skill, to purify that. But if you dive her early on from the game, it can be a little difficult for Prime to farm up right here. But I think a really beautiful pick that could come in for team Zohunt right here is the Aurora as an answer to the frontline coming in from team Afar right now. But I think they are going to go ahead and pick in the Nana for their team. They are leaving out the Vixana as well. You still have the Terizla and the Xborg open as well, Peachy. Meanwhile, Dusty Mizo, do you think he is going to go on to the EXP lane with the Chow, or mostly he will be playing on to the roam position?
So far, I would really love that if Justin Mizo will be the roam for the side of Team Zohunt with that Chow, because he can isolate that Ruby with the Way of Dragon. So that is a very good chance to pick off the Sustain Queen. But on the other hand, Nana has been picked up. In my mind, I'm just thinking a Nana can actually counter a Fanny. If she places a Molina in a right
Yeah.
way, that will interrupt the Fanny. But as we all know, it's Luxia is. Luxia is very fast with his Fanny. Lumina, you will watch it. He's so fast that we casters won't be actually to able to catch him as well. So I just know that Nana is in some kind of trouble.
Well, if she manages to misplace her Molina, she quiet can look in trouble. But I think she has that passive as a saving grace for a point, And I think the Ruby is going to go
Mhm.
on to the EXP right here because, like I said, it can be a bad matchup against that 1-1. Meanwhile, they did pick a magic damage. Harith coming in onto the goal lane. I mean, really good early game advantage
Oh.
for Team Afar onto the goal lane. Meanwhile, Miguel on that Benedetta yet again. I mean, I have seen this man play. Bene, he is quite smart with his Benedetta play. I think the Bene is going to go on to the EXP, and Dusty Mizo is quite a good answer for that front line coming in because he can just kick one of the person into the back line for their team.
Oh, definitely, that is a good answer for them. The Way of Dragon can actually manage to pick off, the Carmilla maybe before she could pop off that curse of blood. So, on paper, that and on theory, that really looks good. But let's just see how they will be playing it out because Honey Fam has actually went in for a Novaria and a Benedetta. These two, Team Zone, they are looking very strong right now, but at the same time, they are a little squishy, don't you think so, Yumena?
I do agree. I mean, they are lacking a really heavy frontliner. You do have the Benedetta, I agree, but she is going to just ult and move out from the team fight. She cannot sustain as much as the Carmilla and Ruby can into the team fight. So it does look a little bit iffy for them, but I think they are playing a really pick off dependent com. I think just pick off one hero and back off, go to the objective, focus on pushing towers, try to get another kill if they can, and just back off. I think that is the kind of gameplay I am kind of thinking in my mind that is going to come in from Team Zuhan right now. Meanwhile, the team fight potential from Afar is too strong, Peachy. Like, you have the Carmilla, the Curse of Blood, you have the I Am Offended, you have the Nana. Man, she is annoying. Like, she is really really annoying. She can even stop the Chow if he manages to miss his second skill. I mean, that it looks really difficult for Team Zohan right here. But if the Fanny manages to get the early snowball, Peachy, it can look a little bit difficult for Team Afar right here.
I do agree with you, Yumena. This is looking strong for both the teams, but there is some slight disadvantage to both of the teams, I have to say. They are playing it out safe, but an Alu card onto that jungler position, onto the side of team Afar for esports. I was not expecting it. I was kind of really expecting like something like a Martis to counter out that Fanny because, Martis has that early game, but Alucard, I really want to see how they will be going to sustain. And with that, we are into the land of dawn. This is going to be a great, intense battle between Team Zohan versus Team Far for esports. Do cheer for your favorite teams and let us know into the comment section. Yumena, look at that. The junglers are already in position.
Man, I was just distracted looking at the Ducati skin coming in from Benedetta, man. I mean, it's so beautiful. Meanwhile, Dusty Mizo already onto the red buff, trying to get that poke in early on from the game. I mean, we do know how important it is to. Ooh, will be baited out with that flicker right there. I mean, we do know how important it is to annoy the jungler early on to the game. It gives Fanny a free potential to farm up much faster compared to Alucard, and we do know like once the Alucard is shut down early on from the game, it can be a little difficult for him to snowball. Ooh, PG.
Low, the first blood already taken. Looks like the Benedetta was in right position. She will be taking down that Alucard, a jungler already dead right into the 1 minute. This is really not looking good for Team Afar for esports. How will they be managing to farm up? It is Alucard that we are talking about, Humana.
I agree. And she's already stealing the jungle. Meanwhile, Dusty Mizo yet again onto Eagles behind it. And Prime rotating all the way from the gold lane, Peachy. I mean, you do know what I wanted to say, but he does look. Ooh, that's another kill onto Eagle right there. And she will be retreating back safely. I mean, this is what I was talking about, Peachy. Like, they are very single pick off dependent pop, and they are playing it absolutely like that.
They are actually showing us who's the boss right here, right from the minute 1. 2 Alucard deaths already. It's not even minute 2, I have to say, Yumena. On the other hand, the turtle will be spawning up very soon. I think we all know that who is going to win that retribution, but top lane there is some skirmish going on. Not much, but I have to say, Yumena, the better rotating all the way. What just happened onto the bot lane? Looks like Loopsy guys will be taken into the hands of Harris. But top lane, there is some skirmish going on. Benedetta going with the Electro Blade. Looks like Miguel will be taken down into the hands of Hinata-san. But bot lane also, there are some pickups going on. But Dusty Mizo, no mercy shown. Alucard pickup already there.
It's quite amazing to see that despite having that early game damage onto that Ricardo, ooh, look at this Dusty Mizo. He is not letting those junglers and mage live. Meanwhile, he will be falling down onto the hands of Hinata right there. I mean, quiet into the tower right there, Peachy. But I think a good trade for a tank, tank for a mage. It did give them an early advantage. We do know how annoying he has been to Eagle right there. I mean, I'm just imagining Eagle cursing the hell out of Chow right there because he is just having a good day in his farm right there.
Definitely, Humana. Look at Lucy guys going in with the cables, but he escapes with 50% of his HP take. And on the other hand, there is this Benedetta trying to go in. The Electro Final Blow already used up. She is trying to give some damage. It is Alucard who is in there with 45% of his HP. Will he be surviving? Looks like there is this pickoff coming in. Zuri with the IM offended, but Lucy guys, he's there with the cutthroat every single time he's seeing those low HP heroes.
Dusty Mizo not looking quite dusty right now, but I think we'll have to wait and see. Look at him, is yet again going on to those single pick-offs. Meanwhile, quite beautiful follow-up coming in from Hani. I mean, this is the kind of river control that we want to see. Meanwhile, Prime single-handedly baiting out the Zaman force from Ricardo onto the bot lane. I mean, the gold difference is starting to show right now, PG.
Definitely, but looks like Lucy guys messed up his cutthroat. Harris is still safe. On the other hand, Novaria has started to rotating bot lane. She knows that 1-1 needs that support. Even Lucy guys need that support. Wait a minute, Shao trying to go in. No, he does have his ultimate. He does have his flicker up in few seconds. Maybe another way of dragging coming in. I'm loving how they are trying to get a single pick off. On the other hand, Benedetta has been purely annoying, very annoying in the whole game.
I agree, along with Dusty Mizo, we are forgetting. Look at him, he's yet again onto that Ricardo right there, but will be falling down onto the hands of Harris. Despite that, he managed to get that kill onto Prime.
Oh, Nana is in some kind of trouble. No, Molina Bleed baited out, but looks like Eagle will be picking up the kill. Nana will not be spared. There is this electro final for Blade coming in from Benedetta, but no, not enough damage as of yet. The first turtle is yet to be taken. They are there, both the teams fighting it out, and Eagle winning up the retribution battle. And Destinies into the position. Carmilla looks very low, but she survives there.
I agree. I mean, the late game potential from team Afar right now doesn't look quite bad because you do have the Alucard, you do have the Harit who spikes after his Holy Crystal. Carmilla being very tanky from the mid game could look a little bit difficult for team Zohan right there if they do not manage to keep up the snowball and Prime falling down onto the hands of Carmilla right there. But Loopy managed to get Eagle right there. What happened, Pichi?
Whoa, there's a lot of resources being used coming in from the side of Team Sohan. They managed to pick off Eagle yet again. 4 kills it right into the 6 minutes. Eagle has to play safe, even though he's the one, as you all know, an Alucard pick. He has to go and he has to be there, trying to get those front liners getting damaged, getting his HP off. But on the other hand, oh, wait a minute, trying. He is trying to get some stacks, trying to get the stacks onto that 2B. The ultimate is not yet up for him. Maybe that will be going in. The Zohan looking for that pick of the turret will be taken down. So Prime is still there, and Miguel picking up a kill onto that Ruby, along with Loopsy, guys. Look at him going in with the cutthroat. But okay, another team fight going on the side, the top lane as well. That was such a close call for Destiny. So he soaked up all the turret damage. He couldn't do that. But on the other hand, looks like Benedetta goes in with her ultimate, does not try to get the pick off. There is, she is trying to be there, but looks like Novaria will be missing her astral snipe right there.
I mean, Miguel yet again. I mean, the whole team of Zohat is baiting out the resources coming in from team. Oh, and he's falling down. That was not a good decision, Peachy. I mean, shouldn't be too far ahead like that, considering you have a Ruby with her second skill on the table.
Oh, that is not really good for Lucy, guys. Right now, he just tried to went in, but no, look at the way of Dragon coming in. Looks like it will be the Carmilla pick off rightfully coming in.
I mean, they are being pushed behind onto their towers, man. Team Zohan does have the lead, yet they need to keep the snowball onto their side, kind of becoming a little bit overconfident in my opinion. I think they should just focus on getting the slot right now, push both the second tier tower inhibitors and just, retreat back till the Luminous Lord spawns, because this looks really good for Zohan right here. Meanwhile, Team Afar, I think they should focus on getting a single pick off either onto the Prime or maybe the Fanny. They do have the potential to knock her down or just play around the Harith as of now. But I think a single-handed, and the way of the dragon onto that Carmilla, she was not able to sustain that, Peachy.
This is what I wanted to see, because Carmilla needs that backup from her teammates and she's not getting it right now. But the Way of Dragon isolates the Carmilla from her team. This is looking very strong for Zohan. They managed to pick off another, but Dusty Mizo is annoying again. He's trying to get a kill onto that. Nana will be using up a sticker to escape that. On the other hand, looks like Lucy guys trying to get an opportunity. He still has a cutthroat, he still has his cables. Will he be able to get a kill? Looks like that is not the play that he would be making here. On the other hand, the team fight is still going on. Novaya with this knight, she is trying to get some damage onto them. Will she be successful on that? And okay, it looks like Carmilla will be picked up into the hands of Novaya. A double kill. This knight is so perfect. On the other hand, Ricardo Miller is getting a kill as well, but the cutthroat won't be allowing Harriet to create any chaos into the battlefield.
I just noticed PJ, despite the CC coming in from team Zohan right there, especially Dusty Mizo, the Harith is on vengeance right there. I think a Purify could have been a much better option for him.
What ultimate coming in from Benedetta? She survived those turret damage. She managed to pick off that Alucard. Maybe a Nana would have been dead as well, but she was so far away from that range.
I'm telling you, Peachy, that is a Ducati skin coming right in, man. It's power of the Ducati skin.
Definitely, look at the speed of Benedetta. She is too fast. I have to say, okay, Dusty Miso again in action. He is trying to be there, but a godlike for Hanny fam. That Novaria, man. Look at the Novaria score.
He is on 705, not a single death yet. I mean, Dusty Mazo doing a really great job, and it does look like a team fight was supposed to happen right there, but Team Zohunt being quite smart because they were lacking team members, so they decided to retreat back. I mean, you do have the Lord spawning in 40 seconds as of now, PG. I mean, they are playing their macro really well. This is really smooth to see coming in. Look at Dusty Mazo. He is not letting them live right now, PG.
Definitely, he's as well as Prime as well. He's constantly trying to get those stacks up on him. Oh, Dasimizo again going into the flicker, and the way of tracking the Zaman post being fodder as well because of Blur into the play as well. Looks like Prime will be taken off into the hands of Carmilla. Alucard getting a kill as well. It was the Chow who was taking all those turret damage. Yet there is a trade of 2 for 1.
Man,
okay, maybe not for 2 for 1, but looks like it has just begun for 3 to 1. Oh, wait a minute, 4 deaths on the side of Team Zohunt right now. They managed to throw it, maybe so, but Hani Farm, she is not yet no one is able to catch her.
Tycho looking to get that blood onto Hani-san right there, but this is a good decision coming in because they need this Lord in their favor right now. I mean, quite a misplay coming in from Dusty Mizo right there. Quite early initiation, in my opinion. It caused them 4 people, PG, but what do you think? The Zaman was being used in a very odd position.
Oh no way, the pickoff is already there. One being picked up right before the Lord. It is Dusty Mizo who is very low. He has this immune. He's trying to get in some damage. But Fanny, Lucy guys will be able to catch it. Hani fam did not manage to get those kills. Lucy guys, he just managed to go in with the buffs right now. On the other hand, the Lord being taken down. Into the mid lane. Benedetta going in with the ultimate, trying to clear those lanes, and she successfully defends it.
Man, quite the misplay cost them the Lord. Meanwhile, Lucy guy being sneaky and getting that blue buff. Oh, look at the damage, PG.
Definitely look at the damage coming in. Fanny yet again because of her being missed up. The Zaman force being forced as well. Harris still has his vengeance up. He might be able to save, but Novaria is there. One can save from that Novaria. On the other hand, Prime is there. Prime trying to get some blood as well. Looks like he will be retreating for now. Because these are the biggest minions that are coming in because the Lord of Destiny is trying to go in again. The Way of Dragon being missed as well. Looks like the Flicker being used as well. It looks like it will be the Harris picking up that kill. On the other hand, a double kill. What is happening, Humana? Oh, okay, the team fight has not ended. Nobody, her snipes are so well.
I know, I mean the Fanny took that opportunity and got the kill on Eagle right there. He was quite low, but like I was telling you, the spike that is going to come on Eagle and Ricardo from mid to late game could be quite difficult for Team Zohan to deal with because everyone is grouped together. They do not have the towers to defend. They will be grouped together. Their CC is much better compared to Zohan, and that could kind of be difficult for Team Zohan to deal because look at that. This is exactly what I was talking about. You do not want to dive in 14 minutes onto the game like that, PG.
I do agree, but look at that, the team fight. Dusty Knees are trying to get some blood. Looks like the flicker will be forced from the Nana, who does not have his passive, goes on into the hands of Benedetta. Benedetta trying to go on as well, but Alucard is there. Prime gets his ultimate up onto there. Another flicker being used by Ruby as well. Will she be spared? I don't think so. Alucard being taken off. A 3 for 2 trade coming in. Look, is this good enough? Is this good enough? I don't think so. But Team Zohunt managed to pick up the tempo yet again.
Man, they need the shutdown on Hani right there. The snipes coming in, the damage that she has right now is very difficult to deal with because she's quite far away as well. It's very difficult to go onto the back line because Dusty Mizo is doing a good job landing those knockups for his teammates. Meanwhile, Fanny should focus, I think, maybe on getting one pick off, if not possible, focus on getting the objective. The Lord is going to spawn in under 10 seconds, Peachy. I think we are going to see a lot dust coming in. Before that happens, Prime checking the bush with his first kill, quite smart. I mean, you do need to know the positioning coming in from team, a far right here, and Nana already picked onto the holy crystal. I mean, both the teams are starting to get that item spikes. One team that managed,
Oh.
Peachy.
Dusty Mizo going in with the way of dragon. Looks like the immortality will be popped up onto that Alucard trying to survive, but no, a killing spree into the hands of Crown. The team fight still continues on. It is the Carmilla who is very low, but Dusty Mizo is annoying, so annoying that Nana is not having a good time. Team Zohan, they proceed towards the Lord. They are trying to pick off those inhibitors as well. All the inhibitors are actually standing at 20% of their HP. Oh, wait a minute. Benedetta trying to make a play, but will she be surviving? Yes, she does survive with taking that inhibitor off right before the turtle comes. But Chow lost his immortality. It is kind of crucial at this moment because the Lord is spawning up, Humana.
Man, that was really smart. Both of them tagging tower, and they managed to get two of their inhabitants even before the Lord marched down. I mean, free crystal open for them. They should be retreating back because it doesn't look good. Both the Miguel looking quite low right there. I mean, Dusty Mizo did a great job marking out the Alucard right before that Lord. Again, Eagle looking really bad. Positioning coming in from him, PG.
Oh, looks like Loopsy guys will be taken down into the hands of Harith. Harith who has been farming up, but the Lord is still marching in towards that. What a snipe coming in from Novaria. What just happened? Harith trying to take double kill, but he managed to take down the Benedetta, but Novaria was there. Novaria, he is the hunter of this game.
Give it to both Dusty Mizo and Honey right there, Peachy. I mean, both of them did a really amazing job giving those follow-ups to each other. When Dusty Mizo had those knockups, I think Honey was always present, to follow up with that damage, the kind of slow also that she gives in with her first skill. It's quite annoying to deal with. And the early game snowball that he managed to get Loopsy guys on by always being into the jungle of Eagle right there, like it was his own home. I mean, they did know who to shut down, because if Alucard managed to get farmed up, he could have 1v5 with all the team members coming in from Zohan right here. But I think a really amazing job. I mean, Harith did try. We have to give it to Ricardo PG, but it was just kind of a little bit of miscommunication coming in from Team Afar. They did have it in their pockets, but they were falling under the pressure, in my opinion, PG.
I do agree, Humana. They were able to pick up those tempo for themselves, but unfortunately they lost it. Those inhibitors going down, it was just a train wreck for the side of Team Afar for esports. And with that, we are at an end for this match. And don't worry, we still have matches up. We will be right back. This is Humana and Peachy coming right back.
But he's just attacking penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
but he's just attacking penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making
you have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just retired the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back after the short break. We are bringing you the best of the best teams in this Legend Unleashed Season 3. We are proceeding ahead with the matches, and looks like we today have Thunderbolt on the blue side, and we have Team Meow Meow Gang on the red side. I really don't think that Meow Meow Gang should really need an introduction, but right now I really need an introduction for my good friend here, Itami. Hello, Itami. He will be joining us for the draft section. On the other hand, Itami, are you excited for this match?
I am really excited, Peachy, to be honest. And today's match is going to be between Team Thunderbolts and Meow Meow Gang. And yup, and I am quite excited to see these two clashing with each other. We are seeing the regular bans coming up from them. That is going to be the Khalid as well as the Hylos getting banned. So by far, I would say these are just the regular bans, nothing much, the respect bans, I would say. And they will be proceeding with a Valentina ban as well. So, banning Valentina in such an early phase of the draft, it either means one thing. That is going to be like one of the players from the Meow Meow Gang quite excels with the Valentina. So they have decided to ban it this time. And it can be another possibility might be they are going to be relying on those ultimate dependent type of heroes which can be initiating the team fights for their teams, and the Phobius as well getting banned from the side of Team Meow Meow Gang. So I would say these are expected kind of bans. What are your thoughts on this?
Itami, coming back to your point, yes, you're right about that. Looks like Team Thunderbolts have done their homework, and Eden is a player, the mage player for the side of Team Meow Meow Gang, and he has been playing those Valentina so perfectly into the land of Dawn. That's why the respect ban is there. On the other hand, a Phobius pick up, the high loss pick up, very understandable from the side of Team Meow Meow Gang, because we all know how the Ring of Punishment is annoying with the Thunderbolt stack. And also the Glorious Pathway, the amount of flow coming in. This is actually strong. Looks like the last ban will be coming in, but before that, a chip ban. What do you think about that? Since we all know how the chip was banned as a nerfed into the last patch, the ultimate has been increased by a minute.
Even though he is nerfed, he is still getting picked on those ranks like he used to before. So, I think it is going to take another nerf for him in order to get out of the ban section or the pick section right now. Because he has been doing really, really well, I would say. He can literally teleport all of those members, like those diversion plays from that Luoyi, the like comes up, and Chip is quite a poking type of hero as well. On the early phases of the game, he can literally poke the mid laner as well as the gold laner who have like kind of low HPs. He can poke him, and if he has the petrify as well, then he can get the kills as well. So banning out the Chip is quite viable, I would say. Meanwhile, on this recent patch, we saw the Matilda getting quite some adjustments too. So she is quite rising up onto the meta. So they have decided to ban out the Matilda as well. But from the side of Team Thunderbolt, we are seeing the Gatotkacha getting picked on such an early phase of the game. And Gatotkacha can either go to the roam or to the EXP. So I would say he is quite a flexible hero. And okay, from the team of Meow Meow gang, we are seeing the Vexana as well as the Grok getting picked up. Vexana has been doing really good onto this patch, even onto the previous patches as well. Meanwhile, the Grok, after his mana adjustments, he has been rising up to the meta. He can literally spam his wall as soon as the cooldown is over. So, glowing for the Grok, I think they have decided to pick the Grok so early is because the ban on the Valentina, because the wild charts can't be copied anymore. So they have decided to pick the Grok, I would say.
Oh, I think the Valentina ban onto the first phase. I was really thinking, a few minutes ago, why did they ban it onto the early? They could have waited out because there are a lot of heroes open, like the Edith, the Ruby. Since this is an assassin meta, EXP laners are more given the priority. So that's why I was hoping to see something. But I got Gatotkacha pick right into the first pick, even though they have the first pick. I was really not sure, but it was like they really want to go in with that. A Gatotkacha, a Paramis, and a carry coming in. That carry is a direct answer for that Grok coming into the front line. But Joseph picks up his classic picks coming in. And Alice Jungle. I had seen him play Alice Jungle so good. He makes this play. He gets a lot of kills as well, and neutral objectives as well. So I think Team Meow Meow gang, they are going in for a overall complete kit for themselves. They have the CC, they have the AoE damage, they do have the main damage dealer as well.
Definitely, I saw his Alice onto another tournament before, and it worked out for their team quite well, I would say. And Alice has really been rising onto this meta as well. She is mostly played on the gold lane, but it's kind of rare seeing her under the jungle. But I definitely don't doubt this Alice pick coming up from the side of Joseph. And Alice is doing really, really well onto this matchup. After she gets her core item, she is able to gank up onto 5 people. She can even do a 1v5. She can get those kills. She can deal a ridiculous amount of damage as well. So getting that Alice as the pick will be quite beneficial for them. Meanwhile, they're looking at the bans, the Julian as well as the Harriet. From the side of Team Thunderbolt, we are seeing the gold lane hero getting banned. Meanwhile, the Julian is also got banned from the side of Team Meow Meow gang, as well as the Suyo. And this Suyo is mostly played on the jungle, so they are getting rid of both of the junglers that would have come up from the side of Team Thunderbolt.
No, definitely, Tami. Since Team Thunderbolt are actually lacking a jungler right now, they made sure to choke the jungler down to the ban section. This is actually a good move coming in from Team Meow Meow gang. But what will they be picking to answer that Grok, to answer that Alice as well? I am curious to know. There's still a ban left, but could they possibly pick up an Alpha or probably a Xbox coming in? Don't you think so, Itami?
Xbox might be the possibility, now that I think of it. And the Valentina, I just noticed another thing, that is the Valentina getting banned. They might have decided to ban the Valentina because they wanted to pick the Faramis as well. So they got the Faramis in such an early phase of the draft, so they they were planning to get the Ferrami, so they decided to ban the Valentina. But Karma Hits will be proceeding with the next hero, and I don't. Okay, that is going to be the Angela, but okay, I think this Grok is going to the EXP, and Angela is going to be the Roam. I would say, yeah. What do you think?
Oh, highly possible. I am really loving that Angela pick coming in because it is much needed right now. They have a Paramus, they could give that extra lifeline to his whole team. But on the other hand, they still lack a roamer or possibly a EXP laner. But Gatot Kacha, as we all know, he is versatile. He could go in. Meanwhile, on the side of Team Meow Meow Gang as well, they are lacking a gold laner. What will they be picking? Possibly a Harriet coming in. Oh, wait a minute, Harriet is banned out. Or probably a Nathan could make the play. I'm really not sure. Tell me, what are your views on that?
They should be going for a gold laner that can quite endure the fights as well. But okay, we haven't seen gold lane quite often. After the nerf on the Lycan Pawns, he is not getting much picked onto the gold lane. He is mostly picked as a jungler, so I don't think they are going to be going with a Roger. Okay, and that is going to be the Moskov coming up from the side of Team Meow Meow Gang. And if you ask me, this Alice and Angela combo is going to be absolutely disgusting.
Yes, Itanmi, it will be very, very bad for them because the heal coming in from Angela. I don't think, two of anti heal, three anti heal. I don't think that would be enough because Alice with the Blood Ode as well, she would be healing herself with a. I think this is an all rounder comp coming in from Meow Meow Gang. But on the other side, they still have a chance. They have the carry as well. They have the Hayabusa for their jungler. Let's not forget that. So with that, we are already onto the loading screen. Itami, make a quick guess. Who are you? Whose team are you leaning towards today?
In terms of the draft, I am leaning with Team Meow Meow Gang, and we are proceeding for the next game. And this is going to be between Team Thunderbolts going up against Team Meow Meow Gang. Meow Meow Gang on the red side and Team Thunderbolts onto the blue side. So yeah, they will just be proceeding for the objectives, and I definitely hope we will be seeing this Alice Angela combo coming up from the side of Team Meow Meow Gang.
Oh yes, definitely. Looks like the junglers are just trying to go in with their simple rotation. That's the rotation that they wanted. Alice completing her red buff. On the other hand, even Hayabusa is completing the buff. She is in kind of some trouble. There is this heal coming in from Angela as well. I mean.
Yep, and we might be seeing some early skirmish going around onto the bot lane, but it hasn't been done much. Minotaur is trying to make some pokes. Angela is like on a really bad position, but he will be able to retreat just for now. Alice, she is yet to get her level 4, so she needs to be waiting to make up those initiations by far. They will just be trying to get those neutral objectives for now and get those level 4 as soon, like in order to contest for the turtle for both sides of the team. Gato is trying to make some taunts, and this Grok EXP might quite have some hard time onto the early phases of the game, considering he is going up against a Gatot. So we are yet to see some action coming up from both of those teams.
Oh, definitely, both the teams are playing it slow because the early game is all tossed. But Moscow, you're in some kind of trouble, buddy. There is this Hayabusa as well, but he is safe. Look at the heal coming in from Angela. Yumena, are you there?
Well, I most definitely am. I have been seeing the draft and I kind of do have to agree with the Tommy right there. Meanwhile, Meow Meow Gang looks really strong with the draft coming in. The Alice, the Moscow, along with the Angela, man. I mean, really good combination, but man, oh man, Thunderbolt right here with the Gato and the Mino. I mean, it's just a matter of time, but late game, first blood onto the Hayabusa already?
And Joseph was able to secure that turtle for his side too. The Spear of Destruction also was coming up from that. Moscow was not connected onto nobody. The damage from the Grok is quite ridiculous considering it's just an early phase of the game. And I am expecting this Grok to go full damage build. He has the Impure Rage as well as his spell and he is making those pokes, and Hayabusa is quite low, and Rock is looking on a bad position. He might be taken down onto the process. He is still trying to make those pokes and try to get that red buff. He might be forcing the retribution from that Hayabusa, the avatar of Guardian, connecting onto nobody. Angela just used her ult as well. The Netherlands hasn't used her parameter, but Rock will be taken down onto the process. Angela will just be forced to retreat, but he is just making sure he gets those pokes as well, and that retribution is forced from that Hayabusa to use.
What do you have to say about that, Peachy?
That was a very good aggression coming in, but Paramis is in some kind of trouble. The Spear of Destruction looks like it will be landing. Eden picks up a kill onto that Minotaur. The team fight is still, the Eternal Guard is still there, but Alice with the Blood, look at her damage coming in, even though she is just level 7.
Man, Itami and Peachy, the kind of sustain that is coming in from Meow Meow Gang is right now too difficult to deal with, especially if you have the early snowball onto your side. But they do have to be careful about the Hansi. She has the potential to melt all of their tanky team comps onto the late game. I mean, that could be a downfall for Team Meow Meow Gang, but if they manage to play this early snowball into their favor like they are right now, I think they can come out onto the top for this match. What do you guys have to say about that?
I definitely think they should be contesting for their neutral objectives for now. The turtle has already been spawned for the second phase. And look at this Grok, just doing the lane cuts and being as poking to that Gatotkacha as much as he can. The turtle is yet to be contested by either of those teams. They are trying to get those visions in order to make an initiation. And look at this Grok waiting for that Hayabusa onto the bush.
You know, Grok is way too offensive. He's just there into their faces, showing the disrespect to them, you know, even though he's going in with a full damage build. I think that is very beneficial for him as a NXT laner. On the other hand, this is an uncontested turtle. Team Thunderbolt, they know that they really cannot contest that. Right from the minute one, they have the sustain. The turtle already picked off Humana. Look at that, Grok.
Man, this Grok is being annoying. He is doing the job that he needs to do as an EXP laner. Ooh!
Oh no!
Oh, wait a minute. Looks like the team fight has just started. The Netherlands being used as well. The hard card is still there onto the Alice, but the master, he gets a kill. Eden as well as gets a kill. That is a 1-for-1 trade so far. The Spear of Destruction connects.
Oh wow!
Yes, onto that Minotaur.
Damn. Not only did it connect it, but was able to get that kill onto that Minotaur. This Grok is so damn annoying. He needs to be stopped. Almost got that kill onto that Paramis. The wild charge was forced out. And you know, the Grok
I'm sorry to cut you off, Itami, but even he was shocked about that wild charge coming in from him because he completely missed both of them right there. Man, he is being annoying. He manages to clear his lane and rotate onto the team fight. This guy is being a menace as an EXP laner, Peachy.
I do have to say that I was really not expecting how a Grok is very annoying. I really have to take notes for him because I really want to play a Grok EXP like him right now. On the other hand, Gatotkacha and the Grok trying to go 1v1. We definitely know who is going to win because the goal difference, the kill difference is definitely favoring towards Meow Meow Gang right now. On the other hand, there is some skirmish onto the blue buff as well. Oh, Alice going in with the Blood Ode. Looks like the Paramis is there. She's trying to get caught. Looks like Paramis is low and mega kill into the hands of Vexana. The team fight is still there. The Spear of Destruction connects, but Minotaur going in. And I really don't think so. And Leaf 2 with Leaf Wind is taken down. There is still some more coming in. The Avatar of Guardian being missed as well. A one-man knockup that was just not enough. But Alice with the Blood Ode, the Eternal Guard as well. So annoying.
Itami, man. Itami, what happened? Did you look at that Alice?
Oh no! What am I watching? Vexana with the monster kill just now. And you know, speaking of which, this Grok just made that red buff go one round. And If I was that Hayabusa, I would have been so damn tilted, man. And this Alice has not stopped yet. Angela is yet to use his ult. Look at the damage she is dealing already, and Joseph will just be retreating for now. The turtle has already been spawned for their side. Alice is taking the Hayabusa's orange buff as well. The Sphere of Destruction just didn't connect on to nobody, and I guess this is going to be another uncontested turtle for the side of Team Meow Meow Gang, but they will not be contesting for the turtle, but instead they will be waiting for the 8-minute Lord, and I guess they will just be trying to extend it a bit so they can go for the enhanced Lord, or maybe they will be going for the Lord. Okay, they will be going for the Lord instead of the turtle this time.
Well, before I give it away to you, Peachy, what do you think Team Thunderbolt should do right now? Because they cannot do anything onto the face of Joseph with the hard guard right there.
Oh, definitely looks like. Oh, that was very sad to see Tamiya Hayabusa being taken out right before the Lord has been taken. The Avatar of Guardian does connect, but the Meow Meow Gang, they are so tanky. Look at them. There's a Brock, there's an Alice, there's an Angela for the front laner. They really cannot do anything, even though there is this carry. Oh, wait a minute. The Spear of Destruction does connect. Oh, Hanzo. Sorry, no. It is a killing spree into the hands of Moscow. Moscow, he is kind of low, but the hard guard will be making his survival rate a lot. But a god like into the hands of Eden. Eden with the heart, eternal guard. But Alice, wait a minute, Alice, you're into the crystals. You're taking down those heroes like it's minions right now.
Oh no, the Avatar of Guardian connecting on to nobody. The base is wide open, and Team Meow Meow Gang will be securing the victory as well as the series for their side.
You know, Team Thunderbolt did try their best, but it was really difficult for them coming in because they did not let Kryptonite snowball. The rock was always into his orange buff right there. Meanwhile, it gave Joseph enough space to farm up. He made a sky piercer on his build. Man, I mean, what are you going to do against that sustain and damage along with the hard guard coming in from Karma? It gave Eden the perfect opportunity to have that potential in the team fight that we know Vexana has, man. She did manage to interrupt the frontliners as well coming in from Team Thunderbolt right there. I mean, despite having, the Faramis onto your team, the second chance, you couldn't do anything because they were so farmed up. They were so early on to the lead. Meanwhile, just 2 anti-hits coming in, that was also not enough for, Team Thunderbolt to stop Joseph right there. I mean, he did his work of soaking up the damage, and all the team follow up to give the damage that they needed to for this team, man.
Definitely, what a gameplay, coming in. It was definitely a one-sided into the hands of Team Meow Meow Gang, but looks like they will be proceeding ahead with that. Let's just also proceed to the last match of our game. Just don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimmy. They're not beginning.
the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just tried the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.
But he just attacked the penalty zone on Kimi. They're not making.
You have got a new victor. You have got the new kings in the arena. Eliminators winning the series out.